Welcome everyone to another RGL cast. My name is Jared. I'm here with Space Coast to bring you guys Froyotech versus Witness Gaming. This is RGL Invite 6's Season 13 Stage 2 Grand Finals, and we are still on this
Uh-oh,
VO3
robot.
train. It keeps rolling.
Yeah, we do have a bit of a robot, Jared, but we do have Witness Gaming versus Froyotech heading in today. Might as well get all the technical difficulties out early, you know?
True.
So yeah, there you go. You're better now.
Alright, well, VO3 train keeps rolling. Stage 2 Grand Finals. It's going to be playing for Seed 1 versus Seed 2 to actually keep their seeds. And after this is said and done, they'll have a nice, cushy little, 2 or so weeks until they actually play off in the actual bracket where teams start to get eliminated. But I like to consider this a neat little show match for what could be to come. It's like I said, last match will be needing to play for quite a bit. Definitely, I think a lot of people would assume potentially, upper bracket, showcase, maybe even a grand final showcase, potentially. So I think it's definitely going to be a nice little show, especially after some of the maps that we've seen these teams play prior in the season as well.
Yeah, I think it's the expected, grand finals match. If you had to bet money, these would probably be the two teams you would bet. But it could, you never know how the season is going to shake out, and this is going to be a nice little preview of what we could potentially see in playoffs. I think, last time we saw these two teams play, we did have a pretty good showing out of both of them. If my memory serves correct, I could be wrong.
I think there was a really nice product game, but
yeah, it
Sunshine, it was pretty Froyo dominant. They won every single mid except one of them, and it was a 5.
True. Yeah, product was the close one. That was that was actually now I remember that was a nail biter, but
and
Sunshine...
it was actually such a good match that we decided to just go ahead and we're just gonna play the VOD of last week.
True.
And you'll understand what I mean when we get into that in a second. But it's important. Let's go over the rosters. Maybe people haven't been here for a bit, especially with what's it called? I think there was roster shakeups for both these teams throughout the season. So maybe you're like, wait, I saw these guys week 2 and they had a different roster. What's up? I'll go over the side of Witness Gaming. For the side of Witness, it is Logan in bot mode on Scout, Fruit and Quacks on Soldier, Cap on Demo, and Hubada on Medic.
For Froyotech, we get Habib and Eric on Scout, Mirrorman and Donovan on Soldier, Vandy on Demoman, and Jimmy on Medic. And the joke that Jared is making is that they pretty much have the exact same maps as last time. Like, they're just running it back, which I can't tell if it's genius or if it's questionable or if it's just regular season. Let's just play the fun maps.
It is literally pick for pick, ban for ban as last week, except for the end, where actually no, isn't this last week's or is this week's? I thought this was last week's. The only thing that's different is the last two. The ban and the pick at the very end are the only things different.
Yeah, we didn't get the Metalworks last time we played, but I think
one of them's one of the BO3s is a Snakewater third map, and one of them's a Metalworks third map. Is this Metalworks third map is this week? I thought it was last week.
Last week, I remember casting a Metalworks.
Metalworks is this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, the rest of them, it's still the same. Both these teams saying that we'd rather play the devil we know than the devil we don't. Both these teams saying that it's okay that we've shown our hand in the map that we've picked. We're so confident that that's the route we want to take. Definitely makes sense for the side of Froyotech, considering they kind of slammed Sunshine. But
Witness is interesting in that they're even though they kind of got owned on Sunshine, I wouldn't say it was like a super owned, but it was pretty dominant for the side of Froyotech. Interesting that they're still more afraid of the goalie wash pick than the Sunshine pick, because they could, if they felt like Sunshine was unwinnable, they could have banned it, but for whatever reason they decided that Sunshine was the play there. And I could understand running it back, especially against a team like Froyotech. There's not going to be that many maps that you can feel like you can actually win on. There's definitely the map pool of maps we think we can beat Froyo on are generally not as big as other teams, so it makes sense running it back on the map that was very close. A couple shots go different ways. They could have won that last time, so makes sense why they're running it back there.
Especially if you consider the fact that I think the big reason why it was really difficult for them was the mid fight. There was some teeter-tottering back and forth across the board.
Do you think they were unwillingly in Sunshine, or do you think they actually went back to the lab and might come out with some new tech here?
Well, it depends. Considering their ban was Gully Wash, I mean, they have to consider how much they can prepare for Gully Wash versus, you know, how much will that actually matter. I think it's a whole different ballgame if you actually know what the other team might bring to the table. And considering Froyotech was such a dominant force on the Sunshine mids, it would be surprised to see them change very much at all, so you can find some leeway there, but we're going live really soon, so scores, thoughts, prediction?
I think it'd be really interesting if Witness Gaming ran it back on both maps and won them both. I don't know if I believe it's gonna be happen, but I want it to be true in my heart. So I'm gonna say like a 4-3 for the side of Witness.
I'll say 5-2 for Froyo. I think they'll be able to show some improvement if they're running it back, but it's going to be a hard swing all the way around from a 5-0 to a winning spot, but starting to play really aggressively on their own Valley side. Bombs
Pyramid
really
down.
coming in from the soldiers. So going to lose a couple, 4 for 4 the remaining of the fight, trying to launch themselves towards Banny. Really, really weak, maybe getting Donovan instead, but no. The last bit of a scuffle coming from the side of Witness Gaming does not have the focus fire
Caps is
required
in
to
trouble.
get any more kills. And
Caps and
yeah,
Hubadar in
Donovan
trouble.
on the chase, trying to get some rockets into Hubada. He's dancing around, really weak, but the melee comes out. Donovan able to secure the frag, and Caps,
He's gonna be a very late
HP,
demo death.
chased down, but yeah, that is one of the latest demo deaths we've seen.
But no mid cap time at all, so that's gonna buy some time. And we do have Quacks on Spy, who's gonna make a play. So they did chase hard enough that they have a little bit of time for Quacks to go for a play here, and I think this is good Spy timing. It's early, people may not expect it, and also because mid wasn't capped, you actually have time to get a position.
Yep, so it's gonna be pretty big time. Actually, he didn't commit to it. Doesn't want
Oh,
to go
really?
For the
Wow,
play
yeah, I saw him go into lower. I guess he backed up. It's all right. But regardless, they do have the level 3 on point. It's going to be fully red for the side of Froyotech, but we'll have to see how the Sunshine lasts want to go. They're peeking into bot mode sniper. I was scared.
They have enough time to get the gun, so that's gonna be really good for them. Only level 1 as they immediately come with the Uber, just falls right off the bat, crossing over to the other side, trying to get any kills maybe on the flat of the flank. But so far, everyone from the side of Witness Gaming has successfully avoided it. They're finally getting some cap time, bringing the soldier over, maybe base some kills. Bot mode's on the field, it's gonna be a lot of damage, but it's not gonna even be a kill that nets the round, but just pure cap time and doing a really good job at baiting the point, bringing people over. And even though you don't secure any frags there, it's enough damage to make sure they can't go for a round 2 when it comes to blocking, and just win straight via cap time straight up will allow Froyotech to take the lead 1-0.
Yeah, that was a good like positional play from Froyotech. They like. At first I was a little worried, but once they got on the point, they had the stickies lined up. You know, they got their setup going, and Witness Gaming were unable to really stop the Froyo blob from just capping the point. Meanwhile, on this bit, we do have Donovan going to bomb forward, and he's actually going to go straight up into the skybox. He's going to eat an air sticky. Oh, he might live. He has 19, and Laura going to get the small pack, but Mirrorman going to fall. Donovan going to fall means that there's no soldiers for the side of Froyotech. Eric is caught in, going to see if he can make some sort of play, and he's going to get Quacks. He's going to end up getting cleaned up, but he did buy a little bit of space for Froyotech to back up here, and this is going to be a mid-win for the side of Witness Gaming.
Yeah, they were thinking about actually going for something there with the room that was made, but Habib, he's trying to ward them off. Does a pretty good job actually making sure they don't get cut off. They knew that they weren't stacking the cap. They were going to try to cut them off through choke potentially. He, you know, almost died there actually, got pretty low, but eventually was able to do enough maneuvering to kind of push them back just a tad, allow his team to kind of go through, and it's going to seal the deal for the end of that fight. But overall, both medics, you know, lived throughout it all, so then you can't be too mad at things whether you win or lose the mid. You know, at least you have something to hold on to kind of swing things as we enter this first stalemate, really. But bomb comes in from Fruit, air shot, backed up, gonna have to reset there and go ahead and just heal up before they go for try number 2 in terms of trying to make space or going for a play. So far, they've just been sitting in a cafe. You know, and they've kind of shown their hand a bit that that's the door that they've been sitting on, rotating back around. It is going to be spotted through the choke that they're heading towards the valley side, so they're going to be able to rotate accordingly. But we'll see how Witness Gaming actually begin to execute, trying to enter 2 with what I assume to be just a normal sack.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a normal sack. Sunshine, because you can see everywhere you're going, it's kind of, I'm not going to say obvious, but you generally should know where the other team is just because you can literally see into mid from second. So
it's much more of an execution thing.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any surprises here, but we'll have to see, you know, how they want to set up their pieces for this, you know, incoming sack or whatever they want to do. But they definitely are taking their time. They're trying to, you know, get some sort of advantage or get some sort of just space where they're going. And actually, they're gonna send Fruit in. Fruit's gonna go bomb onto Donovan and go for that play, but unable to get the kill. Donovan going over 24 HP, and now it's on Froyotech to go for a counter sack. And Mirrorman's
behind. No one's
Do they
really
know?
spotting Valley. I mean, I think so. Both scouts are kind of looking behind, and he's definitely jumping in now to show himself onto Logan. Actually going to be Donovan, the one that will die. He gets the frag on Logan, actually, and Eric's now using the distraction behind. Caps has died. No, don't have the drop.
Oh, the drop!
He was arrowing. Jimmy was arrowing, didn't think there was going to be a threat, and now there's a skeleton crew remaining for the side of Witness Game, but they do have the heals, Uber. They are going to use it, trying to chase down at least one frag, and are going to be able to clean up Mirror Man after Eric died as well. So the only thing that can really save Froyotech after that drop and that misplay is, you know, Habib technically behind, trying to find his way to escape through Valley. The chase is on. Fruit trying to chase, juggled up, will indeed collect the scout frag. So what a swing of things. Froyotech, the flank for Mirror Man working out, nice kill on the Caps, but then the drop just kind of swings things around. I mean, they get the frag on the Logan, but a singular scout kill, they got to get more. Put damage on a Fruit.
They're actually trying to refight that.
Yeah,
They're going. And actually, Donovan's gonna go into Froyotech want to refight this. They are taking the no respect fight, and they might be getting punished for it. Penny's just gonna get two-shot by bot mode. Jimmy is gonna go for the assault, unable to get it. And Froyotech, they've just like managed to chain feed their way into everyone dying. And the Caps, that's a full wipe.
You know, for a no respect push, that wasn't half bad. It was their own territory. They got the first 2 kills in the entire fight. But I think maybe a little bit of miscoordination or misdiscipline at the tail end there once they probably thought that, you know, we got 2 kills, we pretty much won this, but Eric gave up his life for one of the frags, and then things weren't very cohesive at the tail end of things to make sure that they were actually able to continue to have the frags go in their direction. So, you know, started off well, but kind of ended a bit poorly, so I'm back to the drawing board at last. I got the gun, they got the heavy, double defense, no scout speed, but they are sitting safely at the spawns. Building, trying to build up with their demo as fast as possible. Yeah, but Uber coming in hot, right onto what appears to be
Caps almost
where
died.
Gun would normally be. Caps very, very low. Gun will indeed die. Losing Quacks is the first kill, gonna be a big
Caps
pain
really
for the
hurt
side
as
of
well.
Witness Gaming. They were able to get a couple frags, but they've given up a lot in return, and this heavy could drop down to half HP, but still on the field. Habib actually tanked so much damage in that fight. Definitely brought a lot of pain, or lack thereof, to the side of Witness Gaming, and now they're scurrying back to choke. A lot of spam damage going towards Cap. Gotta be careful. Juke and Jive just barely surviving. 20 HP tank throughout it all, and they will escape. They have the bot mode sniper who has walked out of spawn to get an angle, but overall the ball is in Froyotech's court to take this second for free and try to use their Uber or what remains of it. As they gotta work fast. There's a sniper.
Only 30%.
25%. It looks like they want to go.
They're gonna go Cafe. Hopefully is spotted. They're gonna get through it. There is this. Yeah, there is gonna be the preferred spin.
Oh my god! That demo has left the server.
Oh wait, Quack's an air shot. Oh, Quack's unable to hit it, and Boatload hits another one. Quack's almost hitting the air shot in Valley. They're looking behind. They're gonna get Donovan, and that one was a little, again, Froyotech taking the disrespect fights, which I get it. They did win on this map last time, but against bot mode sniper, you might have to rethink that one.
Yeah, so far they've played very ballsy and very risky. And a lot of the fights, sometimes the beginning even kind of works, but the end falters off. But this one, I mean, you know, what can you do if you get headshot midair?
Wait, yeah, wait, true. Nothing you can do.
The only alternative is don't take a 25% Uber into mid. But I mean, if they want to go for it, then they're going to go for it. But they found themselves in a sticky situation. The gun will finally die. They're able to get Mirror Man, but losing Fruits over 1-for-1 trade. Capsize once again, and they're completely exited despite having an ad there to work with in bot mode. I mean, he's a bit too far forward, doesn't have the escape mechanisms on Sniper to be able to escape. And once again, Witness Gaming find themselves an opportunity to push last, but a mis-execution leading them back. And Logan tries to go for some sort of play, does not really find anything. Same could be said for the side of Quacks, who will just find himself cratering to the floors. They're not going to be able to get forwards for mid, so this is a free mid unless someone dies to a trap.
Caps that is trapped.
Nothing's happened. Yeah, that's a free mid.
He's just bombing on cooldown. Beatty's actually just playing Psychopath demo right now. Which is he's gonna bomb in a second, I think. Just look at him. I can just tell what he's.
I mean, they kind of have to if they.
Oh, he's actually trapping forwards.
Okay, yeah. No, they get the overall trade 1-for-1. If anything, that kind of favors Froyotech in the positioning they already have. They can't retake Plaid as easily. They do have Mirror Man behind. Oh, he's going in for a play right now. One missed rocket.
Let's get the force. Beatty solo.
They've dropped 2 players. If they dropped to be Mirror Man's play, did not actually do too much to actually put in damage to get this force, but they did drop Quack. So Witness Gaming, they still hold on for the respawners. They have the player out. They lose their medic overall. Eric going for the play, and no one's actually chasing.
They're leaving Caps alone to fight this.
Oh,
Caps is gonna get an Eric.
Does he have the moves? He's schmoving right now. He's actually able to escape, get an arrow, and wants to fight. And Fruit was chasing, but does not have enough in the tank to actually chase them down and secure any frags. So once again, going back and forth here, but Froyotech finally finding a situation where the risky plays are working off in their favor with these slim margins to work by. And he is on Spy actually now. He's seen the Caps, sees where they all are. He has to go really quick. Oh, they bumped into him.
Habib.
They bumped into him.
Habib had no idea, just accidentally kind of bumbles into him. very unfortunate for Quacks is they're down 2 heading into this last fight.
Habib and Jimmy went one door, everyone else went the other. So
There goes
a little bit of a sloppy
Habib.
start, but they still have some good positioning, good opportunity. They've dropped a lot though, so if they blunder this, it wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world given how things go. And it's looking like it's that
very
direction.
confident. Let's see if Benny can't get caps. He's gonna get piped.
It was literally Habib and Jimmy going one door, and all 4 players went one other door. It was a 2-0-4 split, and that's going to be the nail in the coffin for that last push. And what I think a lot of people would assume might have just been free.
Yeah, it looked definitely. That was one that was like, there's like one way to fumble that, and they didn't manage to find that way to fumble it. Eric is gonna get just bombed by Quacks. He had no idea. Not called. Actually, the soldier behind is gonna make some miracles happen, as they're gonna get 2 off of that, and still with Uber to work with.
Yeah, they might just try to take it free, honestly. It's a really big ad. They can just take it slow and then still have something to work off of. Chasing Mirror Man just a tad. Oh, that is not the way he wanted to exit. But we'll find some souls at least a little bit for now. They're trying to chase him. Maybe they will indeed collect that frag. And they know it's still ad. They know it's still huge. I think it's actually bigger than it should be. I don't think Jimmy was healing for a little bit. It should be like, what?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, they haven't been building. So this is going to be bigger than they even expect.
Bomo's just in, no fear. They're just drawing. They'd say, you're down players, you're not going to have a sniper. That soldier kill is going to be actually really huge.
No point time yet. Logan's going to get another point. He's going to edge it. They're actually doing a good job shooting Logan, but Habib going to get 2-shot by bot mode, and bot mode just in. He's surfing stickies. He's doing everything.
Huge. They know this Uber's so huge, they don't have to use, oh, let's barrel into them. Like, no, they're at spawn. If they're at the spawn and we can't get killed, just play the cap. They'll come into us eventually. And, I mean, they kind of ran forward at least a little bit. Habib barreled forward, but that's about it.
Nice little
and
pause.
That is going to be a pause. That is...
It's 90 seconds in the future.
90 seconds in the future. Either someone got giga rolled or this is just a tech.
Yeah, this is like tech timing.
Oh, it's a tech. Okay.
Yeah, somebody probably like, I don't know. Somebody had like their cat step on their keyboard on mid. Who's our prediction for who do we think's having the tech issue? I'm gonna say it's Logan.
Logan or Habib internet probably would be my assumption. They're the ones that have complained about their internet in the past. So I think they're actually, well, Benny's complained about his internet in the past sometimes. Usually that's like a that's not like a little like a spurt, like, I have high ping for a minute, let me fix it. Usually when Benny has internet issues, it's like, hey, I gotta play from a different house because this has been happening all week. With Habib and Logan, it's kind of just like, oh, I ping spiked to 300 and almost disconnected from the server. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
It's from the witness side. So.
Yeah, hopefully it's not something too bad, like, I don't know, Hubada's PC frying or whatever fun internet issues are.
I don't know, we're on Sunshine, dude. I'm
scared.
I
was gonna say,
we're on Sunshine.
We're on
Sunshine
the
is the map where everything bad happens. If there's a tech on Sunshine in particular, it's immediately cursed and will take half an hour.
I think at least with these 2 teams, though, they are reasonable enough to like get the match going. I don't think there's any like real stubborn people here who are gonna, I think when we've had issues in the past on Sunshine, it's usually because one and or both teams are just kind of being very obstinate. But I think between all the players in the server, there's enough adults in the room. They can figure stuff out.
Fingers crossed. But
not the cursive.
The unfortunate thing about the timing of this, oh, never mind, it's unpaused. Okay. Well, I was gonna say the unfortunate thing about the timing of this is we can't analyze like the middle of a push or anything, or like a stalemate to like kill time, but it doesn't matter because we are on our way to the 3rd mid of the game. We'll see the spam ring across both sides. One soldier for the side of Froyotech. Mirror Man went a bit fast to apply some extra spam, but can't be said for the side of Witness Gaming if they had Free a bit hiding inside Cafe in case they did a Valley side mid. But no one really committed quite yet up until now.
Donovan's in.
Oh my god, Donovan, the 2 rockets onto Logan. He's out the server, will die to fall damage though for all for 1-for-1 trade, but the positioning is in Froyotech's favor. Hubba, very weak scout behind soldier.
Oh, they get him!
Barely escaping. Such low HP, I can't even see how. That's
Botmode's behind
red,
still
like,
too.
20 or less HP, and yeah, bot mode, he was behind, found his way to escape, but considering all the frags, they don't really need an avenue to be able to secure the mid. They've already have the 1 player advantage, and pretty good job to make sure that Hubba lived there, because if he died, it would have been a 3v3 with a heal advantage for the side of Froyotech. It would have been another would have been a mid victory in their side. I say another because I'm thinking about the previous Sunshine match where they won like every single one of them. But I think this is kind of showing the Witness Gaming they've actually kind of figured out the mids at least a little bit, and it's going to be on Froyotech to kind of change things over the course of the game.
I wouldn't say they're clean mids, but they are getting it done. You know, they managed to work the way enough that they can like have coin flip odds the mids, and I think you take those.
The story of this match so far is me watching Froyotech and being really impressed by their beginning moves, like the first 2 moves they make, and then like the 3rd move, I'm just like, oh, okay, never mind.
I feel like the way they're losing is really scrappy. You know, they're making these fights kind of very. Also, we do have Eric Sniper on defense, which I don't mind. I like that. Do you think Froyo's gonna stop taking like these kind of like psychopath dry fights at some point, or they're gonna keep going?
No.
I like the sniper ball. Sniper is gonna go down.
I think it's gonna kind of. I'm getting deja vu on product where all it requires is a little bit of discipline, but they do have the 2-player advantage they're trying to work through. Mirror Man, couple of rockets though, too much Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, but will eventually fall. Overall, Froyotech losing more players than they committed. They're going to have to play their own territory here. Eric just rolling out to meet the squad, and Witness Gaming, they have an opportunity here. We got Moded and Quackster rolling out, so it only is a squad of 4 versus 3. Yeah, they could use the Uber.
This spam is insane. Froyo might have to use that. Yeah, Froyo was eating spam. Oh, they're gonna actually drop fruit. I don't know if that's intentional or just happens, but that's gonna be the only thing. So they managed to not exchange here, taking one for the Uber. That, you know, I think you take that if you're the side of Witness Gaming. You know, you're more than willing to sit around and wait for fruit to, you know, come back up and take this 6v6 Uber head.
That's actually really smart from Witness because they recognize that it's only a 4v3. If we Uber exchange here and we continue to fight, Froyo's just gonna get respawners and they're gonna take a 6v4 and we're gonna lose. So we either need to force them and get out is the game plan. Even though they didn't have too much, like they only had a singular soldier to go in and die, the fact they did enough damage and had the foresight to be like, oh, they're gonna run at us, especially because one of the scouts, like, whoever, I think it was Eric, his position to, like, was very telling that an Uber was about to happen. So they had all the time in the world to make sure they didn't use their own, and now they just get to use it as a, you know, a fear and a threat to walk in for free. They get 2 as well. Hubba took some damage, but has a pack, so he's A-okay. Mind the 6 on the point, but overall, gonna be, I guess it's not a complete free second, but realistically free second. Their ad is dwindled. It is no longer a thing. They're gonna try to use it anyway. 96% for the side of Jimmy. Needs the target.
Oh, they dropped
all his targets.
97.
He lost all of his targets. I was like, oh, he'll get it though. Like,
he lost all of his targets, Uber. And then he lost his life.
Yeah, 97%. Just needed a little bit more.
Froyo had no idea that was coming. They were just not prepared for that.
I mean, I think for the most part, you'd say like, no, it's fine. We'll get our Uber, like 97%. Even if they go in, like, you know, we'll get it. But
I think they assumed that like Witness would respect like the fact that they almost had Uber. Like they looked like it was like maybe an idea, but they didn't. I don't think they expected it to actually happen. Max is gonna bomb early, but take the opposing side's roof, gonna jump away. As we already have Eric low, Donovan low as well. Fruit's gonna trade his life for it, but the Froyotech players are all hurt and kind of scattered right now. They're gonna try to get healthy back in choke, but you're gonna be a nice little rubber fight. Pyramid gonna lose that one as well. Froyotech gonna back up from the mids. That's the 3rd mid in a row Froyotech has lost. They're gonna at least preserve their medic's life and manage to back out here.
So far, this is a really good like example of like why you pick the devil you know rather than the devil you don't. Because Witness Gaming have fixed their mids from last week. That was the main thing that netted them that like such a terrible loss that wasn't even close. But I mean, Froyotech is still showing signs of life in the mids. The margins by which Witness Gaming are winning are usually just a singular player that means like, oh, we don't want to. Froyo doesn't want to take the one player just out of the fight. They'll just wipe. You know, they respect it. But it's still enough to net these successful notions that
like little advantages they can actually like do stuff with.
Yeah. Speaking of little advantages, they're going to get one right there, but Fruit will indeed give up their life for it. Logan going for a 2-man, changing targets, a bit back and forth.
That's going to be bomb mode playing with fire. Yeah, bomb mode was playing with a little bit of fire, but they're going to actually get the gun, so Habib's going to have to build up that sentry again. But Froyotech in the meanwhile going to take lobby, you know, with the Logan death. They might be looking to, you know, do something here, but they're actually just going to back up, play last again, build up that gun. So basically back to square one. They're going to actually check. Donovan's going to check for off pluses as well, but there are none to find.
Yep, so overall, still a stalemate scenario. They were trying to just break in before, as they definitely knew that, you know, they got the gun up, got the full Uber on the other side. But now, down a scout, so it's gonna, you know, buy us even more time off the clock for the side of Froyotech. But they're swapping off of Engineer. They want to go for an actual push here and see if they can find a way to get out. They do not want to go for a round reset. Soldier found through underneath, through the dungeon area. Kind of forwarded backwards. The same
Good pressure on Caps.
They are so weak. They do not want to use Super, and they also do not want to actually, you know, die.
Caps might die too.
Yeah, they're dropping like flies. Lost both soldiers. Just gonna go ahead and concede. They were not really in a position to ever go forward.
Froyo wants to keep going forward.
Buy time, and yeah, Froyotech, they want to keep going. They're not actually stacking the cap, which means they, I don't know, they do barely block the forwards. Actually, Fruit's forward got extended as well, and they're still just collecting kills here. They're definitely showing the reason why they're playing as risky and as ballsy as they are. They get the kill on Caps, they get the kill on bot mode. The Ubers aren't even being used. Like, Witness really doesn't want to go for the exchange here, but they're playing disjointed enough where Froyotech is just finding the frags. Things have completely whipped around 180, and now we're finding the shoe
they're back to last. They just went from basically last to last without using Uber. Like, Uber's exchange just the slow, steady bleed of players. That's actually crazy.
It shows why they want to play like they are. They're going to go ahead and go for the sack now.
Eric
before
is,
the gun
Eric
set
is
up,
in.
but, it's kind of all for naught for the most part. They're able to lose 3.
They lose 3.
I mean, I'm not too surprised to see them go for 3-mans. It was very deliberate 3-man because in their mind it's like, well, it's fine as long as we get something out of it. But they didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
That's the risk with it. So Witness
Froyotech's
Gaming,
playing like they want to exchange this or do something, but they're going to take a bunch of damage. They're going to have to pop early. Merman is trying to go behind here. I don't know if he's been spotted, actually. He's trying to go to last. He has been spotted. He's getting chased by Quacks. Quacks doesn't have the health to fight him. Oh yeah, Merman does just win this. Can they get back in time? Logan managed to just barely save that, but that's going to make the second fight, you know, kind of untenable.
That Froy wins, because look at this corner fight. They're stuck
Wait,
in no man's land.
Oh, he got hit, dude. What?
2 scouts remaining in lobby with the heal advantage. For now, though, I mean, they've lost a lot. They only have 2 left on last. They got to hold on for at least a little bit. The soldiers coming in hot. Froyotech, they needed to win very swiftly here as they entered last, but the timing will be a bit off. But they did get the hub of a kill. That's the big deal here, despite all the the plays from Witness Gaming to kind of salvage things. I think the fact that Mirror Man went behind in the first place, that brought back 2, meant that Witness Gaming had no chance of actually winning that post fight. They had a 6v3 advantage, and yet somehow still let a guy pogo through Valley and get behind.
And
that's gonna
somehow bot mode won a 1v5 and killed Danny and lived for like 8 seconds afterwards. I think that single-handedly saved. Yeah, I think it saved the game.
Because Froyotech's entering last would have happened way earlier, and the soldiers wouldn't have been able there to stop it. But
early Quacks kill. And
almost
2, so that means they're gonna. Oh, but they're gonna get. Popwood's gonna get a squirt shot kill on the. Caps is gonna fall. Hubba's gonna fall. There's a Putis on the field, but with no heals, Putis might fall pretty quickly. Logan's doing a good job fighting, but there are no more Witness Gaming players left to defend the point, and that's gonna be a 2-2. All tied up here, Froyotech versus Witness Gaming.
Honestly, pretty good frag to go ahead and enter into the last, immediately killing one of the soldiers, and then dropping the other one down to like 50 HP. The 2 classes they're going to be the ones that actually block you teasing the cap time properly, just taken out of the fight. So it kind of makes sense that that went pretty swiftly in Froyotech's favor, considering how they entered that situation. But back to mids. So far, Witness Gaming have been pretty much on top of things, but we're still waiting to see
2 Cafe players.
Froyotech.
Oh, this is the rocket damage was insane from Quack.
But is it going to be enough, though? Hubba really weak. They've given up both their soldiers. Got a couple of them. Logan on 1 HP in a dream. Will pistol down Bandy on the 1 HP. Bubba on the 1 as well. Will actually die to Mirror Man's overall 3v2 scenario. Once again, Witness Gaming finding themselves winning these mids, but only by a 1-man margin. But it is enough to actually secure it for themselves. Probably not quite enough to actually secure 2 in any fashion, as the Froyotech reinforcements are arriving. It's not going to stop them from poking their heads. It seems they can cause enough chaos for anyone coming up late, as the
players
soldiers
are
have
coming.
arrived. Dom and Sniper on the field, on bats right now, taking shots, but they're backing up. Oh, Quacks, body shot out of the doorway. So that will be their quote-unquote sack. And now Froyotech and friends are going to be on the move, entering Valley with Donovan, and we'll see how Witness Gaming responds.
I'll just see how they respond. They're playing back, and they might play right into Donovan's hands if they're not careful.
They're just walking in. They know.
It looks like they know, though.
They're going behind. They're killing Mirror.
Oh, the drop! Donovan!
Guys, finds the sideline. They could have maybe used that Uber to block what's happening in mid right now and have someone just commit for the back.
Wait, did they win the point battle? Oh, they're trying to block the point. It's so close.
They died too quick.
Oh, they didn't get it.
They got the force, which is something, but now both scouts holding hands behind. Hubba's respawned at last with Fruit, so they can start building and actually make things even. But you gotta find a way to work the chaos. Manny behind, fighting a 1v1, will actually find the other scout and potentially will die. Will get dropped down, but will get cleaned up eventually by the side of Habib. So no scouts. That could be a reason to start poking around and maybe even start drawing. You do have the sniper, gonna make things a little bit hard.
Someone
so it's
got
not a
rolled.
guarantee. But opening.
They're gonna get in,
Shot
they're
the
gonna get
fruit.
fruit pretty
There's
much
it.
immediately, but they're gonna get Eric as the trade kill, trying to get the point, but that means there's no stickies in the point right now. Caps is trying to his best to shoot it, but he has Mirrorman in his face, and Froyotech, they've actually managed to, lose Jimmy in that. They're gonna have to back up, just not coordinated enough for the last push.
Wasn't quick enough. I mean, they had a sniper, so it slows things down, and they needed to make sure that after they got those scout kills, that they actually win before they respawn. It's a little bit of deja vu. We just saw it with soldiers. They got some soldier frags and then weren't able to win a dry fight off a player ad before the soldiers respawn and kind of removed their player ad. And now we see it again with the scouts.
There
They
goes
got
Logan.
2 scout kills, and they get 1. That's going to help things. It'll help their flank because bot mode will be on the combo, so Fruit will have to be a bit careful. And you can kind of see the way that Mirrorman and Eric are positioned. They're ready to go ahead and run Valley if they overstep just a tad. But I think Witness Gaming recognize the situation they're put in. They have a giant ad. They know that they're going to go for something to play. They actually wait for Logan to respawn. He's actually checking on Spy. And is he committing out? They've made the call that they do not want to use the ad because Logan died. They're like, yeah, they'd probably run behind while we Ubered, and it would be cringe, and it would be really sad. So let's just
Froyotech's
we'll
gonna know
stalemate it out.
something's up, but I don't know if they know it's a spy, because this is a really, really weird spy timing.
This is a good spy timing because there's a reason why nothing's happening.
There's like
It's
no
'cause
reason a
Froyotech's
spy
going
should
Uber.
be on the field right now.
That as well. There's the reason the spy would be here in the first place.
Logan's
and,
just gonna
like,
decloak as a soldier and waddle around. Okay,
yeah,
this
he's
this
like ready.
yeah, he's like going in the cafe, like he's gonna be able to spot stuff, but it might be a little okay. He can spot stuff now. Yeah, Froyotech looks like they have no idea that a spy class exists in the game.
And the ball's not even in their court, so it makes sense why Witness Gaming is doing nothing. They're waiting for Froyotech
Yeah.
to do something. They're going to be having one less scout, so got to be careful of these bonds.
Mirrorman's
coming
gonna
in. Mirrorman gonna fall. Same with Eric's overall 2-man spy going in with the play. Trying
Oh.
to find the timing, but does not indeed
It was
find
Donovan.
the frag,
Donovan
so-
saw it from Valley.
Yeah, that'll be the counter sack. But will they go for more? They're still kind of poking and prodding around near the choke pretty close. Jimmy taking a little bit of damage, but is fine at 100 HP. Quack spamming a bit. I don't think they're committing, though. Going for the reset.
Yeah, they're just content to reset this, and very unfortunate that
sniper.
Logan got caught out there. It was the real long con. They're gonna have Eric on sniper. I don't think they're gonna. Logan
It
not
is a
coming out on
spy.
spy again. So.
Oh, no, he changed his mind.
Oh,
He's like,
there!
"Wait, I should check."
That might have been the fastest caster's curse of all time.
Yeah, and Eric actually already took a shot, though. He took
Oh,
a
there he goes, yep.
Second shot didn't mean the surprise shot. Second shot will be the thing that secures the frag, and a soldier kill's gonna be pretty big to make sure they can't actually bomb into Valley. Bot mode will fall.
Caps is gonna fall.
will- Oh, they went for a play.
They're
I
just
think,
all
inside
dying.
Cafe while the rest of the team was inside the Valley area, but the play does not work. The Uber gets forced as well, and Hubba just trying to escape, make sure they don't get headshot on the way out like it happened earlier in the match. There's just 2 left alive as Froyotech. Gotta leave 1. It's gonna be Habib, so no scout available for this push, but do they really need it? I mean, I think they've kind of recognized that, yeah, I mean, you can try to dry here, but everyone's already up now. I don't think they're gonna fully commit here. They've recognized that, pushing while you have this small little player ad, you gotta make sure you're able to go ASAP, because they're just gonna respawn. They do instead
gonna
decide to go with the Uber, safer option. No stickies on the point, immediately killing a gun is just barely level 1.
Almost gets a
Cap will be the
body
first
shot
one
off.
dead. They're just going for frags here. They're losing a couple though. Jimmy will die. Sacrifice. Hubba a bit weak though. Bomb from Donovan able to secure the frag. No. 10 HP remaining. Just Habib and Eric left alive. The sniper going for a final shot will not be able to scope up and nail that. So Habib will be the sole survivor escaping. And makes sense to go for the safer play of going for the Uber. They rotated to the other side of the map and were able to get 2 kills. But I think they were kind of on top of each other around the box area. It made it
They
really
were.
easy for the soldiers to bomb and just do tons and tons of damage with maybe
One of the
just one
French soldiers
projectile.
also got like 150 body shot by bot mode, so it was just like his last fight was over before it really began. So it was basically a fight 6.
They were really trying to, go for the juggler there with the frags, and it was working out. But it's like I said, you're really impressed with like the first initial 1 or 2 moves, and things just kind of go south from there. But they get the kill into bot mode, so it's going to make things a bit tough. Hubba will have to indeed use
It's a pretty large high bomb.
So yeah, good job by Mirrorman. But,
Quacks is gonna commit, and he might get 2.
another shot, Eric.
He's gonna get Bandy, but Eric is gonna get another pick. So no demo bit, but they're gonna just try to take this. They're playing so afraid of the Eric sniper, and I don't blame them. Eric's been taking off heads. They're gonna start walking forward now, but they're trying to finally get the cap time, and they're just dodging these snipers. But it's only a matter of time before Eric gets a shot.
Yeah, he's backing up now. Has the support. Habib finds himself a 1v1, able to secure the frag on a Logan, so it's going to be a bit rough for the side of Witness Gaming. We do have some players rolling out, as the side of Froyotech does not have a respawner. So they're missing some players in this fight. Vanny's not there,
Caps
so
is
no down
walking
man.
forward
Up
into
until the
choke.
tail end of things, the Uber eventually comes out. Everyone from Froyotech is on right HP except for Vanny. They will be able to get a couple frags, taking up Mirror Man in return. Caps, 50 HP. Vanny, I mean, he had the HP, but he dropped to not be red with the rest of his team, but he drops himself into the red, jumps towards the Valley, and does indeed die. No support. They're still playing off the sniper far back near the choke side, able to kill Caps, and Hubada, the shot from Eric, able to take down the enemy medic, killing bot mode as well. They're trying to salvage. They get Donovan, but they need much more than that if they want to be able to secure mid here. Habib trying to continue to fight forward. They don't have the respawn advantage in their favor, but they have the player short term, so they need to be able to secure more now. Careful, Habib really weak. They're trying to lunge for it at the choke. They separated, went all in different directions. Will it be the end of them? They lost Jimmy. They split and went to different doors, expecting some sort of flank. They just bailed through the choke and able to keep the frag. They need to. No medic available means the Uberad is gone. And while you can technically continue to just keep, you know, bashing your head up against a brick wall at the, actually it's not choke here at Valley, they will actually finally realize that these little advantages they've been pushing off of, I mean, it's, you know, the risks don't always reap the rewards, and that's a good example of, you know.
Back up on sniper.
Yeah. I mean,
honestly,
the sniper play was fine.
Yeah, Eric's been hitting his shots. If you keep hitting your shot, yeah.
The tail end goes south.
It does. The very end of the post fights just are kind of, you know, 1 or 2 shots are going Witness Gaming's way, and they're managing to get it. Eric is going to be the defensive sniper. This is like the 2nd or 3rd time they've done a defensive sniper on Sunshine 2nd. I feel like this actually might, like, it might not be a one-off thing for them, as they're going to Uber in. They're going to back up as Donovan, possibly not long for this world.
Get the one. Mirrorman is behind. I don't think they know. They're not acting very paranoid. Maybe a bit. Oh, I think Pop Mode actually sees him now because Mirrorman was jumping around.
I think I heard it.
Yeah, they do recognize his positioning. They gotta be careful. They don't want to get sandwiched. The Uber is almost available at the side of Froy. They are down Donovan. He's gonna be able to protect last, but won't be able to stop people from going behind with no sorters. Inside lobby gonna be difficult. So they are positioned by Valley.
They're trying to get through the shutter, but they're doing a good job spamming.
Opportunity. Overall duel with Quacks. They're finding a way to open up and try to get in.
Almost threatening a backhand.
Hubada dies, Mirrorman able to get the frag, jumps in after existing behind for so long, and yeah, they try to go for a backhand, like I said, with no sorters available to really watch any of these
Logan's threatening it as well. They have to chase all these players, and they're just gonna leave the time open for more sacks, but they managed to clean up everyone other than Caps. It's Caps versus an Uber, so they do force an Uber, but at the expense of 6 players dying. And Habib's on 11k.
Beautifully executed, honestly. Don's not quite there to actually thwart the back cat play, like, right off the bat. Mirrorman's behind, so he can't stop it either, but Mirrorman successfully gets the play. They still successfully block the back cap attempt, which you kind of expect, honestly, but still, you gotta go for it, so you gotta prepare. And they were able to secure the frags they need, even though they had to Uber at the tail end of things. You can't be too unhappy with that at the side of Froyo in the position you're finding yourself in now. Trying to go forward. There, once again, this is a bit of a drive. They have some positioning on flat, but that's about it. So it could coin flip if they misplay this. It's not necessarily the biggest advantage right now, and we've seen how that pay off beforehand. They've lost both their soldiers, and yeah, they're already in a position where it doesn't really quite work out. But hey, they do have Uber, so it is technically a stalemate at this point. Consider this a counter sack from the side of Witness Gaming, so can't knock them for trying. But they have positioned themselves pretty deep inside Valley right now. Brought Froyotech back behind to the opposite side of the bell tower. They do have the players to work with in terms of respawners. Both soldiers rolling out through Cafe and Witness Gaming have recognized that their time to do counter sacks and find openings for the Force is over. Back to 2 they go. Cookie cutter across the board. And we'll see what Froyotech do to try to continue to break the stalemate as they position themselves in choke.
Yeah. Habib is still in 11k, and he's definitely been a menace. Just, you know, I feel like even if Jimmy's dying, Habib's just staying alive, making sure he gets the trade kills, cleaning up. I think he's like, I'm not gonna, like, the anchor in a good way. Like, he's really, like, keeping Froyo centered here. I think just staying alive, playing perfect combo skip.
I think it's funny that people use the word anchor as both an endearing and
it's anchor in a good
turn. Anchor is in your, like, the rock for your team, you know, like in a good way, but anchor is in, like, you're the thing
you're the bottom. Yeah. There's good anchors and bad anchors.
Yeah, they do get the
bot mode is behind. They're actually gonna end up, like, they're gonna end up kind of chasing a bot mode. Gonna go for something. Unable to get too much, but a lot of damage. They're gonna use the Uber. Eric's gonna fall. Danny hitting a pipe on the Ubered player, but can't damage him, and that's gonna be Jimmy getting a nice little saw there. Jimmy delaying his death, and Donovan's trying to see if he can make something happen.
It's some nice oh, careful Caps, bombing forward. Your team is out, my friend. Surf's out, but not quite enough, so Habib running forward, able to collect that frag. They get the kill on him, though, over 1-for-1 trade. Habib probably won't be too unhappy with it. getting that mine frag, but really good job from the side of Witness Gaming that even though it was a 2-for-2 trade at the very beginning, enough damage coming out in the tiny little door of Cafe to actually, and especially coming from different direction, to make Jimmy have to use. And the fact that Hubba's Uber is just that much better, just runs down into mid territory, gets the frag on the medic, and even though they lose their domain recently, they get this return frag, they have the ad, even though it's only 30, and Witness Gaming in a pretty decent spot. It's going to be a hard use into Sunshine second. Probably will be an Uber pop unless you think that Froyotech's going to play that passive that you could just walk in instead, being afraid of said Uber pop. So we'll see what a rock, paper, scissors notion that both teams try to really go with. They are a little bit on the passive side, so they're trying to walk themselves in, recognizing there's could be opportunity for Froyotech to play pretty passive, but Mirror Man will just do it himself. Drops down to 18 HP and will eventually die, but did enough damage to scare Hubba and will be able to get that force out of the way. So Uber expended, second secured for Witness Gaming. For Froyotech, they got only 10% more till they have the Uber of their own. Mirror Man respawning will take a little bit for them to actually
this could be
get going
scary.
and pick a door, but
this is infinite overtime, so if Froyotech doesn't play their cards right, this could end up being very scary for them. They're actually gonna drop Vandy.
The flank from
They're
back.
gonna get caps. But the Donovan's behind,
2v2 on
Wax is behind,
3v2
Fruit's
on
behind. Oh my goodness.
This could be really scary for the side of Froyotech. Jimmy's just walking through underpasses 2 players and gets to spawn. But it's, despite that funny moment from bird's eye perspective, how he's just running past 2 players, it's not enough. It was a 3v2 on last, a giant step. But the fact that Jimmy runs backwards, back to last with no players, I think, speaks a lot on how that final fight went for the side of Froyotech in terms of like, oh no, who's going back? Who isn't? How many people are backcapping? Like, who do we need to come back,
Yeah.
It's always... the 3-2 there will be secure for the side of Witness, so they'll be able to turn things around after last week and take the first map, but those are the worst types of backcap scenarios to be in. It's one thing if you a singular dude got behind.
You dropped a combo player just exploded before the Uber started, and then 3 people got behind. Just a disaster all around.
It's always the worst when you hear 2 or 3 different teammates at the same time call a different player. Like, a player got behind through my door. Like, say it, but
you just, the comms light up at 3 people talking.
It's no.
Yeah. There's been multiple failures here.
Yeah,
but that is going to be a win for the side of Witness Gaming, running it back and actually beating Froyotech on their map pick. So, moving on to product, which is Witness Gaming's pick. They did lose it last time, but it was a lot closer than the Sunshine was last time. So, we'll have to see what kind of adjustments they made, but overall, I'm very impressed with Witness Gaming, how they managed to, run it back on the same back and actually, made improvements, especially on the mids. The mids were so much better for them.
Yeah, I think that was probably a big thing, honestly, was the mids. The fact that, I think it was a week ago, so my memory might be a bit fuzzy, but I don't think the 5-0 score was like it was hopeless type of deal. Like there was
back and forth.
There was some back and forth. There was some rubber banding, but it's like, if you start this rubber banding on your own half the map, eventually it's going to be you rubber banding backwards when you're on last, and that just means a round loss,
That's what happened to Froyo.
It's another thing entirely if you're on mid and you rubber band a bit, or you're on there too and you rubber band. Like even when Witness Gaming, they fumbled really hard, they were on the opposing second and they got back to their last, still not a round conversion. Still got work to do for the side of Froyotech. Had a couple different last push attempts that were dries and didn't really work out. So it's not the end of the world there. So I think that's a big thing. But I think another thing is I'm getting flashbacks, like I said, to product of last week, where we saw Froyo start off really strong in the beginning of fights, and then just little tiny things just kind of don't really work out their way. But this was slightly different because this was more like risk taking things and less discipline. Product was a discipline story.
Froyotech, that match, it felt like a lot of times they were playing not gonna say they were disrespecting Witness, but it felt like a couple times they were taking some uber aggro dry fights you sometimes don't see out of them, I do understand Froyotech likes to take every single aggressive Uber, but it definitely felt more aggressive than last time. I could be misremembering, but that's what it felt like. It felt like they were very confident in their map.
The way they postured themselves was this is fine, was very much
and it was not fine.
It was very much a lack of fear, which is a statement is a good thing, but overconfidence is another. So we'll see how they obviously you got a bit to kind of talk about things and figure out if you want to change your playstyle. And considering we're going from 5 CP to Koth, you'll definitely see a large change in playstyle realistically, considering the non-stop aggression will happen from both teams, and you can't just sit around and But the clock burn, obviously, unless you own the clock, then I'm surely you're pretty happy with it then. But the other team will start the fight and you'll be forced to do something.
Bomb Mode had a ton of damage. I was seeing Bomb Mode and the Froyotech scats were cleaning up, but I like that both Witness Gaming soldiers had like almost identical stats. Just Quacks got 2 more kills, but they both had the same deaths, almost the same DPM. I think Caps also is the I'm not gonna say the hero, but Caps was definitely playing tank demo again and was very, very successful at it.
On Sunshine, no less.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple times I saw Caps. Caps is really good at playing with fire and managing to get out just by the skin of his teeth. You know, just really, really, close shave situations where if he like misses one dodge, one sticky or pipe hits him, he's dead.
Classic scout players playing Demoman on a knife's edge.
It's very exciting to watch. I will say that.
Mm-hmm. But we are on to products, so now the Demoman performance is going to be even more important for damage and survivability reasons. That's going to be way more of a big deal, I think, in a lot of these fights. So we'll see how that kind of transitions, but we will take while we're, in the middle of everyone's kind of swapping around and getting to the different map, is an important reminder, the merch is available. You got the general merch. I always say I really like the snake. I think that's my favorite. This is the team merch. I don't think that either of these teams opted into the team merch, but it does indeed exist if you're a fan of some of the other teams that are playing this season, or even some of the Highlander teams as well. I think did I read on Discord that shop.rgl.gg is the old link and it's now merch.rgl.gg, or am I just tripping? Maybe
I can check right now.
Maybe it does work and it's a redirect, but I thought I read on Discord that shop is the current.
Yeah, I just typed it into my good old browser and it did load up.
Okay,
I
don't know.
I see the stickers, everything.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Maybe merch works too. Let me try merch. Gotta check out all the ones.
Maybe that's a future plan and it wasn't actually enabled yet. Oh, merch is for teams. Okay.
Yeah, merch. Yeah, so merch goes for the team. If you want to go get the team specific gear, go to merch.rgl.gg. If you want the regular gear, you go to shop.rgl.gg. We figured it out. Mystery solved.
And as always, it's seasonal, so you want to support the graphics designers that made these designs, but it'll come in and come out as seasons go by, and I think it's safe to say it could be the same for a lot of the teams. Some teams live, but a lot of teams, they shuffle around, so definitely want to
they invite
get
shuffles
those while you can.
Staple since ESEA Season 2.
Very true. There's some teams that are pretty solid though.
There are some legacy teams.
Yeah, they go for over a year, so that makes the team merch even more valuable then.
It does make the merch more valuable. You gotta get it while they exist. Especially if you
yeah
before they shuffle into some new incarnation of players. But on the meantime, we are onto product, and last time, like I said, it was a close game, and considering that Froyotech lost on the map pick that they kind of rolled on last time, maybe not a roll, but it wasn't nearly as close. I'm feeling it's all coming out WG tonight. How are you feeling?
I think so, considering how this is the map that I was referencing when I was talking about Froyotech's play. It wasn't exactly the same, because I think a lot of the reason why things were a bit rough, besides the mid fights, obviously, it's obviously really important to win the mids, was the beginning of Froyotech's plays started to work out in the chaos, the aggression, and then once things started to work in their favor, they didn't stop, and then they kept taking risks in the fights, and then it just kind of whatever they earned for themselves, they threw away. For the product game that was played last week, I think it was a story of. That was more of a story, I think, of disrespect or discipline issues, where it's unfearful for your life, just casually walking out before the team's fully ready, type of stuff,
They can't possibly kill me here.
It's let's just start walking up choke, or walking up the slope. Sorry, I don't know why I said choke. So let's just start walking up the slope on product before my team is fully here, and we can. We're just gonna take tons and tons of damage, and all of a sudden, all our buffs are gone before the fight could even start. Not everyone's there to alleviate pressure for your teammates if things start going south. Then they fixed it. They were able to recognize it. So on one hand, previously shown, Froyotech does have the ability to make these product or Koth mid-round and halftime adjustments and stuff, and attack pause. I guess it's no halftime anymore, obviously, but wasn't really shown for Sunshine. So I think the ball is in Froyotech's court to really change something based on what happened. I'm sure we'll see something change.
Yeah.
But the question is what do they think personally the problem is, because it doesn't matter whatever like armchair analysis that we do on
Yeah.
what the changes will be. It's up to them on their personal interpretation as like people that aren't watching from bird's eye.
I think the way that you mentioned that the way they were winning last game, that you said it was like the things at the tail end of fights. It was kind of like the mid to post fights. So that Froyotech had very good initial starts to fights, and then they were just kind of crumbling at the end. I think that can translate over from Sunshine to Product, just in terms of like how team fights operate in DM. So I think that Witness Gaming can run it back with like similar strats and come out on top. Like you said, Froyotech might need to make some sort of adjustment, or maybe they just need to, maybe because the last game was so close, they might have looked back at their own product gameplay themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that was the thing they probably at least peaked around at. I will say for the side of Witness Gaming that it's not all sunshine and roses, even though they just won the Sunshine match, because they did lose the Product match, and they had a very difficult time dealing with Sniper. It was Donovan Sniper that was on a tirade, and even I don't know if he's gonna go on it too much this match, maybe not, but we definitely seen that Eric kind of just does whatever he wants.
I'd argue that Witness had trouble with Sniper today on Sunshine at times. Donovan and Eric both had some pretty nice highlights on Sniper, just kind of, killing everyone.
Yeah, I think the main thing for the side of Witness that you'd really want to see is, personally, I think that when there was a Sniper last week, when they played Product, they kind of played as if there wasn't one.
Yeah.
Donovan just took shot after shot after shot, while both the soldiers kind of just like didn't really commit to anything. They didn't like start any fight. I think when you see the double bomb come out from Fruit and Quacksmore, if there's a sniper on the field, I think that was the thing that they were severely lacking, and all it did was like eventually get one of their teammates killed.
Speaking of Sniper, do you think we'll actually see some like bot mode Sniper? Bot mode and Logan was feeling himself on Spy earlier a couple of times. Unable to get the kill.
I don't think.
Not off the bat, but I could definitely see. Although, I don't know, we did see Spy off the bat last time from Logan, it was Quacks who immediately went Spy, so we have seen some off-classing shenanigans. I don't know. I feel like if anyone is going to go Sniper, it's probably bot mode.
Probably? You never know, though.
Maybe some, Logan or Quack Spy thrown in there. That's what we've seen so far. I think anything else would be really exotic. I don't think you really... I don't think... For scores... I think that Witness Gaming have shown that they're at least playing well right now. They won the map. They showed that they make improvements. I don't think there's a... I'm gonna go keep running with the hot hand and saying Witness can run it back. I'm gonna actually say it's like a 4-1 for Witness. I think that they're just, they're shooting their guns well tonight.
I always say that Koth is the hardest to predict because you can't differentiate between an overtime round, like a double overtime round, and a clean sweep for your round conversion. And I think what they've done in the prior week definitely shows that it can be really hard to predict. I'll say a 4-2 for Froyo, but that could be a wildly inaccurate prediction as we are on to the first mid.
And he's super hurt.
Immediately dropping into the red, eating arrows to kind of stay up, but Vanny's still a bit weaker. The Stam is definitely focused on him as they're actually playing a very concrete side. The damage is in favor of Witness. They've definitely pumped out more, but we'll see what happens when teams actually begin to initiate the pipe from Vanny.
It's going in.
Take down Logan, but Jimmy can't really commit.
Jimmy's so hurt, he has to just leave.
These Froyotech players can't commit with heals because Jimmy has to go back for a pack, and that's going to immediately slow their
Jimmy, he's getting
finding the ball.
Okay, wait, Jimmy, he's going to die, but Witness Game's going to lose so many, they just have to back out and leave. Maybe bobbing forward, trying to make something happen, and Bobo's going to get split up from his medic, but both scouts are going to come, so they're going to cap the point, but at the cost of Jimmy dying, and that actually extended Jimmy's spawn.
In a way, Froyotech doesn't really quote-unquote win this fight.
Yeah,
you get 12 seconds off the clock.
They got the mid-fight one on the logs. So that's it.
It's for the logs, but it's only 12 seconds, which, I mean, it's not... You want way more than that. And considering Hubba still has the Uber, they got to go for some sort of sack wipe here. They'll probably fake a dry and then go for a sack, I'd imagine. I think the Froyotech usually does a lot of sack waves. We'll kind of see it. They might find an opening here, depending on the positioning of the side of Witness Gaming. Going for the drive the bat, Habib already down to 4 HP, has to leave. The sack will finally go after, especially seeing the damage that was pumped down. Hubba drops. Too much damage coming at once. Dom is the only one who on the kill feed, but I think that's because it was a little bit of a glitch where it's like happened at the same tick and it didn't register. There was a scout that was coming through main.
I didn't type the Y in chat. I think Donovan himself might have been a little confused on what happened, but regardless.
Yeah, especially because it doesn't show anyone else in the kill feed as well.
Yeah, they're gonna end up trying to push the point with heals, but Witness Gaming is doing a good job spamming right now. They're at least delaying, making sure people aren't full health on the point, and they're not gonna lose anyone. Hubba is gonna come back.
But... Sniper.
Bot is gonna go sniper, and they do know he's on the field, but they have to defend the point here, and they might not want to get super aggressive, because if bot mode ends up being able to trade out, that is just good for Windows Gaming.
And there's the Uber. It's going to be enough to force things out. Hubba has to escape alone, though. Gets landed on by the explosive classes and will indeed die. Quacks is behind, but it's not going to come into play quite yet, as they have lost their medic. They've lost their sniper. They're just sitting on the enemy cliff waiting for an opportunity to go back into a different position. They don't want to find themselves in a bit of a sticky situation. Able to kill 2 right off the bat, a third followed from Logan. Quacks trying to jump in, doesn't quite land deep enough. Will have to polo away, eat their pack, and
he's just running to the enemy spawn. They're going to hard chase him here.
Yeah, bought a little bit of room, but it doesn't quite matter as the spawns aren't even up yet. Might slow them down to make it difficult to go for a fort if they're really, really fast, but yeah, they actually, they are
gonna
really,
get
really
through.
fast.
The Bandy is going to do a lot of damage to the players. They actually can't all get through. Both scouts got in, but just that, and that's going to be 2 people dead before they're even getting in. Botmode's going to get onto Bandy. They're going to get Bandy, but they're going to lose, 3 for Bandy. Actually, 2 for Bandy. Okay, so Bandy and Habib down means they can start finally, starting out here playing the game.
Hey, sometimes out breaking forward, it's about the second tries, even if you don't get through the first time, just get any kills you can to be able to get through the second time, but you gotta be mindful of the Uber. It is only 20%, so how about very slowly and surely working their way to 100% Uber, but they might find an opportunity to go in. Yeah, they can take a little bit of damage going forward with the Uber, 97%. He's able to last bit of it up, down, and go for the rocks, but will indeed get the fourth out with giving up his life for it as the chase is on. Cap jumping forward, not quite enough damage to actually secure a frag. Never mind the pipe across the map on Jimmy, which means everyone's running aggressive for the side of Froyotech.
And he's in. He gets 2.
Yeah, they're on top of each other. Just 1 pipe, 2 kills onto Hubba and I think bot mode. So really heads up play from Froyotech. Jimmy gets piped, 12 HP, can't fight, go for a stack wave, and they definitely succeeded in a big way. So down a couple players, does not even matter. Still holding on to the point from no heals coming from the side of Windows Gaming. They recognize the player advantage though. The soldiers or explosive classes in general aren't quite here, so it's gonna be a bit of a scuffle over the point. But killing Habib, Mind Soldier is behind. Quack's gonna give him his life.
Straight up.
Oh, Hubba is just in their house. He surfed all the way and escaped the soldier at the beginning, but will eventually die. They're trying to clean up the remaining frags. Just Spearman left alive on the field as Habib trying to roll and assist, getting some damage. Pack eaten by the side of bot mode will eventually die. Fruit, 7 HP. Running around, he must not know. Okay, no,
Okay, they did nice little looping around the Rosie there before. Finally died, but
I was kind of surprised. Like Habib's not running towards the soldier when he's so weak. I guess he didn't know, or maybe he was afraid.
Yeah, but regardless, this is going to be a 1 player down for Witness Gaming. Froyotech's going to take the point and see if they can get aggro here, but they got to be careful as the Witness Gaming players weren't expecting it. They're going to get some health and backup. It's 6v6 and time ticking down on Froyotech's side. Witness Gaming kind of need to make a play here. They're down 30% overhead, and their Mirrorman dying is going to be a good start. And potentially another flank kill onto Eric, which they're going to get.
Jimmy dead. Quacks with plays. Able to find a way to maneuver himself in and be able to secure the frags though. Last ditch effort here, but will not collect too much other than the bot mode frag that happened shortly after. Won't quite get overtime. Bot mode's there, so they don't need to go ahead and delay the cap, so don't have to worry about the double overtime, but it is very, very close to respawning from the side of Froyotech, unable to really break through fast. Hubba watch the damage.
Oh, there goes Fruit.
They wanted to spam the spawn, but the greed's going to kind of fight them as we're down a soldier now.
They're going to get in. They have to play this super carefully. If they're even going to get it, Donovan pushes on Hubba's head.
Used all his rockets, but once again, they're in the story. They're thinking about using it, and they might have to, depending on the health of all the players.
Hubba is playing like a psychopath right now. He's finally going to have to use. They're going to get Bandy, and they're going to maybe get more. They have to get kills with this because Jimmy is going to have Uber. Yes, they managed to get the moves. They get Banny, but just an Uber for Banny here means that Jimmy is going to have 60% Uber at to work with here in a whole minute to get it.
Yeah, so definitely successful play from the side of Froyotech to kind of, weasel their way out. Definitely break the forward hold in 1 try is a good thing, and having an Uber on top of it is going to be very, very big to make sure that they don't have a good tool to actually go for something here. Up until now, they really have to go for a try before the Uber's in the equation, but Fruit will give up their life. Mirrormen back to race up, and that was really the only play that Witness Gaming kind of had. Go for something before this Uber ad comes into play, and it's here. It's arrived. They're still kind of showing face. Be mindful for the Uber. Hubba no scout speed. They will eventually pop. They're trying to find a way onto Hubba. Him walking forward might be the end. No. Actually, not going to commit for it.
They have to be able to get this replay very quickly. They're only 3 seconds left. They're going to get Donovan, but they got to get on the point.
Cap time.
Bobbo's get on the point, but Caps, he's going to fall. It's a Froyotech slaughter. They're killing everybody. They're going to get the Uber, but they need to unflash to get the cap time.
They got a little bit of cap time, but this is not going to be quite enough.
This is not going well.
Pretty good from the side of Froyotech. Their comms were definitely just like, we're going to use the Uber. When they run away, we just cap. It was very easy to just go ahead and get 2+ kills there. especially on the Hubba, but they knew it was a big ad. They didn't need to kill him, per se. This needed to get the cap, get any kills that came to block. Uber did eventually come out, so they were definitely playing on a knife's edge, but they had already successfully gotten enough frags to make sure that Uber didn't have enough in the tank. Maybe if Quacks had a shotgun, which you're not going to see on product, be an additional scout or something, but not going to be enough to secure that round.
Both demos
taking it.
very hurt at the start of mid again. Froyotech getting very aggro on concrete side, and they're actually going to just run at the flank players. Look at the aggression from Froyotech, but they're eating a lot of damage, so they got to be careful. Fruit is out. Mirabit is behind. Eric's behind. They got to get some kills before the flank collapse happens, and they do manage to get it with Habib dead. And they're going to just stand tall on the point. Eric is still behind. Can he get the kill? He is going to get a kill. Bot mode. He's going to get traded out, so there's a lot of flank plays happening. But meanwhile, Eric and bot mode are going to fall. Donovan also going to fall, and they get the point, but this scrappy fight's continuing.
Yeah, still trying to fight over the beginning time here. Quacks will eventually die. The cap only went by the red team, so using Uber here to try to continue to buy more time overall. Demoman and Scout Uber Cap's trying to jump away. They recognize that Uber's a bit
They actually
worse.
got out.
Yeah, they're disconnected for a sec here. It's going to buy enough room for the cap to go ahead and go in Blue's favor. Mine. The Stickies will get dealt on the Logan down to 20 HP.
Logan beated a lot of players in. They got to be careful. Eric's going to fall. That might signal a retreat here. They're down 6v5 and they have the point, which means that Witness Gaming can kind of stream forward if they want. They just gotta dodge the spam. Froyotech doing a good job, just trying to hear and spam, but unable to do too much. Actually, is Froyotech's kind of losing the spam battle.
Yeah, I think. And they're going in for something. Both soldiers going in. Band didn't jump in quite yet, though. They're thinking that maybe get some sort of frag on people that are on top of the point while everyone was backing up to deal with the soldiers that are on top of Hubba, but both soldiers giving up their life, not really getting quite too much in return. Technically a small Uber ad, only 10% for the side of the blue team, but oh, that's a levitated Doman, and now he is dead. Jimmy died at 96!
Jimmy did die at 96. Eric's going to try to salvage, unable to get it. Hubba is just going to back up to his own cliff pack. The Froyotech players, they're trying to get in, but doing a good job by Witness Gaming, making sure that they keep Hubba alive. Quack's going to have a nice little taunt onto Habib. And they're going to just stand on the point, full Uber right now. And this is quickly turning into a little bit of a disaster for Froyotech, because now they have to not only cap the point, but they have to deal with Uber in the process.
Yeah, clock's already in their favor, and that Uber's just going to make things even bigger. But we saw it happen before, where this sack wave goes off on the side of Froyotech, and Hubba ends up dropping. But it might be the sniper this time around that is a thorn in their side. I don't know if he's quite seen yet. He's definitely seen now. Bomb got body shot, I'm pretty sure, or something happened to him. But
yeah, Eric on sniper. Gotta be careful here. Now. They're trying to play off the Eric sniper, just trying to bide their time. They want to see if he can hit a shot, because otherwise they're going to go for a sec. Bady's very aggressive on the point.
Yeah, and they just bomb in, they're probably just going to kill him.
There he goes.
Yeah.
They're actually going to get two for it, though.
That's not bad, though, realistically. Like, if you can't get this force, at least, like, get something to respawn quicker. This Mirror Man death here, it could be really big, though, for the side of Witness Gaming.
They can actually get a beat, and there goes Donovan as well, going to get beated in. Eric unable to hit any shots. They're doing a good job kind of hiding behind the props and obstacles, so not that many opportunities for him to get one other than on players chasing flank players. And Witness Gaming managed to bite off a lot of time and just kind of sit behind the point and let the clock drain down. Froyotech is going to get Uber, but they've wasted a lot of time.
It's really risky playing sniper in this situation, especially if he's about to die to the ornament bleed. They're finally going to launch us forward, trying to get the force out of
They're actually going to drop Quacks and Caps.
Yeah, that's something. They got 3 red health players on the side of Froyotech, so it's not going to be the easiest fight to win, with this Uber coming out from the side of Witness Gaming, able to immediately kill 2 of them in the side of Mirror Man and Habib, so definitely going to slow things down even further. And even though short term, that's not really that great from the side of Witness Gaming. They have 2 explosives still rolling out. There's a decent chance that they could potentially lose this point. Actually, no, they're swapping off Sniper, so it's going to be as if Eric died as well. So they might have a fighting chance here to get this force out at least. But the fact that long term they have so much cap, I mean, that sniper play did not really work out. And Froyotech, they can maybe get the point now if they.
Max is going to fall. Here comes the sacks. Oh, they're really getting nothing. Ooh,
that's good for Froyo. It'd be, they're so holding on. They could win via a forward hold here, but I think it kind of shows on why when you don't own the point, sniper can be so risky. Because okay, you're on sniper, so they just hide. You're down a scout, so it's hard to make flank plays. You're down a scout, so you can't have scout speed for your medic's retreat, but also like gracefully do corner caps.
Well, here comes Logan Pyro. Logan is gonna be able to get through. Bomb from Donovan is gonna do a ton of damage. Donovan is gonna fall, but they do manage to not. Oh, there goes Mirror Man as well. So both soldiers down. Hubba managed to live. Not the end of the world. Poplo's still behind.
They don't know. They don't know.
They know now.
Yeah, they know now. One shot, Jimmy.
Oh, he got it!
One shot, miss, drop. That's gonna be all the damage needed. No Uber available on the side of Froyotech. They were really pining for that, making sure that that was gonna be their ticket to actually continue this forward hold despite losing their soldiers. And now they're, not really in the best position right now. No kills, no buffs. Donovan Sniper's gotta be the ticket here. That has to be the thing that secures them this round. And the Uber, 95%. They're just playing it safe, getting it.
Donovan peeking China. He missed the first shot. Hubada knows. Hubada's gonna they're gonna just walk forward. They do cap, they win. And Donovan's getting bombed. Oh, he gets air shot!
They get the kill on the Donovan, they get the kill on the Jimmy. The scout on top of the point. The cap didn't even know. We'll finally realize after he does indeed die, but overall 3v4 scenario. Heals in favor
living on
of
3.
Though.
Habib is 3.
Yeah,
2 more than he needs.
Yeah, they just gotta bide their time here.
Habib is still only 3 HP.
They're sandwich. They get the 1.
There he goes.
Frag movie in the king. Mid frag clip right now.
Yeah, bomb.
Mid frag. Give him the 4. Give him the 4. Packs up. He wants the 4.
Oh, Bomba, he might be overheating a bit. Actually, no, he's not overheating.
Yeah. You shoot me, you don't shoot people capping. And they did indeed look at him for a second there after he got those first 3 kills. And that'll be the cap going in Witness Gaming's favor.
That might have been a Pop Mode Legacy round. Gets like the solo drop, gets the 4K and all the hurt players at the end. Just nice little +1s for the frag video there, like you said. And that's gonna be a very, I'm not gonna say dominant, but a pretty close round for when it says Caps and Bandy are playing with fire. Both demos very
rollouts.
Yeah, both demos highlighter rolling into each other's faces. Fruit gonna bomb, gonna get a lot of damage onto Jimmy, but no deaths right now. As Habib's gonna be the first death. Both scouts gonna die. Actually, Bandy's gonna be 1 HP.
He's 1. That's all the HP
somebody
needs to down. Jimmy on concrete, Banny on slope. I think that's the biggest thing.
Bandy,
that's the.
Both demos are playing mids like absolute psychos.
Well, I don't even know who's making the mistake there. Well, obviously, there's a big miscommunication.
I mean, they both just highlighter roll up into each other's faces,
Yeah, that's true. They're definitely. Habib. He gets sticky pipe combos. So immediately down a scout. Eventually gonna get their Uber.
They're trying to edge the point still.
It.
Yeah, they're gonna get this Uber. They're trying to edge the point, but they might just be. Oh, there goes Caps. So they're actually gonna lose a demo.
The drop.
The drop.
It's psychological warfare. Froyotech is very known for, even though they have Uber, where a team would normally exchange to try to take back the point, Froyotech just sack. Teams will be like, oh, they're going to Uber exchange? Okay, well, let's get ready and we'll get out of this corner so we can defend the point. That's like a very known thing. So Witness Gaming is like, oh, it's Froyo. Even though it's even Ubers, they're going to sack, so let's play far back and we won't die to the sack and we'll get forced or whatever. But they just kind of mind game them and recognize, hey, they're playing too far back, let's just corner cap instead. And use the Chaos to get the Doman kill. They get the sync drop onto Hubada. Now
they're so hurt.
Uber ad and the point.
If Uber ran at the point, they are going to use, someone's going to get air shot mid Uber. I saw that. I think it was Donovan.
Donovan, but he was, Uber. But they gave up both
they're going to get Caps, and they're going to get Wax, but trading 2 for 2 isn't the end of the
once again. Hits the first shot, misses 1 or 2, and hits the next one.
Fruit's behind, gets headshot raw onto air, but Habib's just streaming forward. They gotta be careful. Habib's hitting all of his shots right now. They're gonna have to back up. That's gonna buy some time. Fruit managed to live throughout all of that, and that's gonna. It's a good situation for Witness Gaming, but they gotta be careful. Habib is just a menace behind. Okay, he's finally gonna get taken down by Quack.
Yeah, try to take a consolation prize, but will not be so successful. Bot mode. The playmaker of the side of Witness Gaming so far is once again going for the plays on Sniper, but Hubada! I didn't even see Donovan on Sniper. It's gonna be the one to take Hubada with the first shot.
Just the slow China peek.
Yeah, that's gonna be the nail.
Almost on Sniper. I don't know if they know either. Okay, they do know. They did spot him up, and they get some little SVS going on here. Almost gonna slow peek China again. I don't. And he gets 6. But actually, he's gonna get body shot. But Witness Gaming going for the sack. They're gonna get Mirror Band. Looking for Froyotech's positioning. They're so passive.
So gets Jimmy. They're just in a corner on.
Logan's killing everyone. Oh, Logan's in a frag video too. They're gonna get the pack actually.
Yeah, Habib got the pack, so he's fine for now. Baiting him around the corner.
Logan got that one.
The exchange though. So overall, I mean, for the side of Witness Gaming, all you can really say is, maybe we could play off a, a respawn advantage, but the fact that Habib dies late and Bandy dies not as late, but late as well, means you don't actually have a respawn advantage to work off of because you don't on the point. So the timing of the kills that Witness Gaming got were very good, and make sure that they can continue to fight this dry 6v6. Everyone's all ready to go. Technically a small Uber ad in favor of Witness Gaming, but all that means is 10% ad means they won't be able to die to a 10% ad themselves.
Oh, there goes.
First kill
nice
goes
trap.
towards Eric.
Combo is going to fall. The Mirrorman is behind on 12 HP. Might not be long, but he's doing a great job. He actually gets some damage off onto Caps, but Froyotech are losing this fight. Logan's going to go in and just get drive-by into Habib, but Habib's also just killing everyone too. It's just Hubba left alive. Habib frag video. All the scats are getting their little frag videos. We just need an Eric one next, and we got, all of them got their clips.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that from the side of Froyotech, It's, like I said, it's about second tries, and the fact that you win that dry first try is definitely bodes well for you. So, starting to get the clock a little bit more evened out, 30 more seconds until it is a full-on 1 minute comparison between the teams. But smaller bad for the side of Froyotech if this fight goes on long enough, and I think Witness even realized that. So, gotta definitely play this fast. Once you begin the engagement, you can't just play a spam war and wait for an opportunity, otherwise the opportunity will arrive for the side of Froyotech. They're doing not quite a forward hold, but they are
Oh,
pretty
Banny, they're gonna lose Banny.
He will very much disrespect the soldiers there, and Quacks will show him why he needs to back up when he takes so much damage. And Doman down will be pretty hard to continue to win this fight for the side of Froyotech. They have to get this Uber. They lost one, 88%. They've lost so much ground, and Witness Game will go ahead and get this cap their direction. I don't think they are blocking it or not finishing it all the way to make sure Bob can spawn. That is buys time for Froyotech to get an Uber of their own, so I don't think they they don't block.
Oh, but
I thought
Cap's doing a ton of damage. They're gonna get their Uber. That's gonna be something, and they do have the point to work with, but they gotta be careful. Froyotech is gonna have all their players. It's a 66. Froyotech's gonna try to shoot forward, and they're eating a ton of damage. They're gonna have to back up and rethink this one.
Yeah, Domin's kind of out of it right now, unable to really initiate for the team even if they got anything. Uber finally comes out. They gotta go for something eventually. Cap just spins around in circles. Like, Uber is popped inside Hubba, but doesn't have a heal target eventually.
Oh, they might be getting body blocked. Habib stuck behind. He's actually gonna get. He does manage to die, but
Mirrorman in.
Oh, Mirrorman's gonna get a nice headshot to bot mode, but Mirrorman himself is gonna get chased by Quacks, and Mirrorman's gonna win that. So Froyotech winning this DM fight at the end, but the time is going down for Witness Gaming. Mirrorman is gonna fall. So, but it's going to be Uberat for the side of Jimmy, but not that much. So, Witness Gaming, you have a chance sooner. Banny has got to be careful playing with fire.
Be careful. You down a soldier, and if you lose this, could be dire, but it's actually going to be a bot mode of Caps. The traps work out. The reason why Banny plays that aggressive to get those trap kills, and Caps was actually way more aggressive than Adoma, really should be in this situation compared to the rest of his team, so that will end up spelling his end. But this is likely a attack. Probably it was.
It's
maybe,
like
maybe
timed
not.
up for the round ending, so it could be attacked.
Not perfectly though. It's 90 seconds in the future, and there was only like between both these teams, it was like under 40 seconds.
It
so
could
unless
be,
there's like,
it could be overtime.
if it's attack, then there was a lot of overtime. Okay, no, it was attack. Yeah.
Okay, it was attack.
Quacks crash.
All right, unfortunate, but it is at the start of the mid. Hopefully it's not the end of the world. But
for his sake, hopefully he just bombed in.
I'm worried for Witness because they don't have that much time left, and they kind of just bled to trying to like walk into position to play the game.
They had a good opportunity with a one-man advantage here, and now it's kind of ruined.
And look where Froyotech's standing compared to Witness. Froyotech's ready to just shoot whoever walks forward, and they don't really. I don't see like the path to victory unless like Froyotech just like fumbles it somehow.
See, they have to full reset now, and the fact they have to full reset means that bot mode and Caps are going to come up when Jimmy has 100%, and they're like in a situation where, oh, we need cap time, but we need to run away from the Uber. And you're just kind of screwed unless you get a drop somehow, or like they severely misplay on Froyotech. So I think the trap kill and the Caps overextension kind of just ends around here, unless miracles happen, or Froyotech kind of just like, is like, oh, we've won, and then they kind of start playing sloppy, and which you would hope that wouldn't be the case. I would imagine it's not. So
yeah, we'll have to see. Quacks, hopefully it's not like a full PC like blue screen and it's just like, oh, oops, my game crashed. But it is taking long enough. I think it might be just like someone accidentally like Cat unplugged the PC somehow.
Kicked your PC on accident.
Oh, there we go. I reverse caster cursed it. And Witness Gaming. Oh, I'm looking at their health and this isn't looking good.
Yeah, Donovan tries to go for a bomb.
They do get Donovan.
Yeah, bomb coming in on to Jimmy. Trying to salvage. Overall,
Banny's on
1-for-1 trade. Yeah, they were getting really aggressive and saying they could punish them while they're at the base of cliff, but they held their ground pretty well. And down 2 soldiers. They got to win this really quickly, but it's a bit of a tough situation. Jimmy's going to
Banny's getting really hurt. They're going to actually lose Banny. Bombo's very hurt though, and they got to be careful. Nice bow from Hubba. They're going to actually walk forward here. They do have the Uber.
Now, but yeah, it's like a scribe. It was hard to tell because of the HUD, at least from my end. Like,
it was, yeah.
Moment. But it's like I said in the pause, it's like, because you lost 2 there, by the time they respawn, Jimmy has Uber. It's like, you need to cap, but you have to run away from it. It's like, you have to drop the Uber somehow, which is like, yeah, just drop their Uber. That's simple.
All right, let's see if Banny and Caps make out this mid again. Nope, Banny's walking a mid.
I'm just watching,
Caps Highlander rolled out, and Banny just kind of like Yeah, Bandy took a nice little stroll mid, so Bandy's gonna be more healthy on mid. Caps might get some early damages. Oh, Eric's gonna get immediately air shot on mid gap to back up, but Witness Gaming does not really have that great positioning. Fruit's gonna bomb behind, and this could be the path to victory. Bandy's gonna fall. You do see players getting chased around, and it's gonna be a massive collapse onto Jimmy, and Froyotech is all just exploding. And just near let the live because he can sell, but he cannot, and that is a full wipe for just Fruit dead.
And Quack's crashing now. He's walking in a straight line towards the wall.
Oh, he's
just right now, right after the kill.
There he
There's
goes.
the pause. Okay, so he got to play the mid.
Yeah, he did. And he even respawned actually, so works out in the end.
Yeah, true. Okay,
Yeah,
so
got the nice little fast respawn.
Yeah, I mean, he was alive in the first place anyway. He was part of the cap, so it's not like anything changed too much. So nothing for Froyotech to really work off of. They have to get this force out somehow. They've gotten a couple of drops on Hubada in the past with some soldier players.
Mirrorman's bombing
snipers,
behind.
But yeah, he's behind Hubada, who's almost alone. Will he die? Bandy bombing in, trying to juke and jive the way around. They get the kill on the cap, so there's something.
They get
bomb mode. Okay, so that prevents the forward hold. It makes it a bit difficult to worry about traps or anything from the side of Froyotech. They can walk up for the most part slow without having to worry about anything too intricate. He's not going to be able to put it up in time, but they still have to get through the Uber. They have one of their own, but we'll see how the initial spam works out. Definitely want to get there before these two players get here. But yeah, they want to get in before Cap is there. He's finally here now, but their health is not that great. They're actually so far back that that's the reason why they're getting this much Cap time. They just don't have enough in the tank. Bomba's trying to show face to at least like buy some time. They'll eventually die. They get the trade, which is pretty good. They respawn faster, so it's going to be favorable for the side of Loden getting that kill onto Habib. But they have a decent opportunity here to try to use this scout pick. Even though it's just a scout pick, it's not anything that's going to prevent the spam from coming out. But here comes out Logan, getting some flashes out, and the people that are on the point.
Mirrorman, they're going to drop Mirrorman.
Yeah, actually able to get a scatter and then pistol, just taking him out solo.
Oh, here comes the collapse, and Jimmy's going to fall. And
yeah,
that was very good coordination from the side of Witness Gaming. They're actually winning this fight so much harder than the previous 3 rounds. It feels like that Froyotech has now started the full wipe after both last 2 fights.
Really good job of Logan taking the initiative, finding himself a situation where it's not just like it's almost like Froyotech wasn't expecting that Uber exchange, which makes sense in a way because Witness Gaming has been shying away from Uber exchanges when they've owned the point for so long that you definitely consider them to be like a more of a slower paced team at this point. But he went in, immediately found a situation where both like the demo and the scout had to get flashed, and then he just ran over the concrete and killed a soldier that was unprepared. So Froyotech did not see that coming. It was definitely a little bit off kilter in terms of their normal play for the side of Witness Gaming, but they're immediately getting a lot of cap time right off the bat for the side of Froyotech. They have to play fast. They know this Uber ad is going to be coming in play really soon. Watch, that's why they're so aggressive. Hubada gets piped, has to back up for the pack. That kind of ends things.
Yeah, but
Froyotech,
they might lose players. They're just going to lose 2 flank players, and Fruit is still behind, causing chaos. Bandy's finally going to kill him, but in the end they lost 3 for 1, and you don't take those, especially with Uber said.
Yeah, it's like at what cost? I mean, it makes sense why Witness Gaming is playing this passive. I think traditionally the way
Bandy too.
That's a late demo death too.
That's a really late demo death.
Traditionally, Froyotech of seasons past, and I'm talking about 5 years ago, which makes sense because Bandy's still on the team and he's like doing a lot of the calling. Bomb coming in doesn't find anything. Actually, no, they find the force. Okay, never mind.
They force then they're like not in a position to do anything other than just get to the point, but Witness Gaming do have the full Uber, and they can take this if they want. Mirrorman's gonna run behind, and so is Eric. They're gonna see what they can do. They Ubered in, but there's no kills yet. They're gonna try to commit for Jimmy. They're gonna get Jimmy, but they gotta worry about the post positioning. There are 2 Froyotech players behind. Witness Gaming, they're actually gonna lose 2 behind from Habib and Eric.
Eric finally,
he's gonna find Caps
too. Cap time from the side of Froyotech. They got the better respawns here.
Yeah, they can actually let Freyo cap this, and Freyo might delay Eric if they're not careful. Okay, they're not going to delay Eric, but that's gonna, yeah. Alright, so they're going to get all their players, but Witness Gaming do have a slight ad look, like a baby head.
Yeah. What I was saying before is Froyotech traditionally for years and years, like, as a staple, if you play passive against them, you can find yourself just like accidentally farming free kills because they do stuff like this. Look at them just running forward over into the corner on Cliff. Hubba popped up into the air. They're trying to select them the best they can, but overall, they got a couple frags onto the side of Froyotech. Actually, never mind. I promise, as soon as I was prepping to say that, they had like 4 people alive, but now it's just Bandy who will die. So it's stuff like this. Like, you know that Froyotech's level of aggression is going to be higher than average when it comes to product teams. So if you position yourself in a way to hard to predict it. And you're just like, okay, well, we'll kind of poke around, and as soon as they lunge forward, we'll just go back and farm them all. Like, yeah, you lose some people. They lost Hubba. How are you gonna keep your medic alive in that corner of death on the side of cliff? But you will indeed collect these frags, and it's kind of working in their favor. Or at least
it is. Froyotech is Froyotech has full wipes 3 times so far. This one round. Quacks is gonna fall, but he's gonna trade for Donovan. Eric is behind, but Logan is in a fight. And Eric's actually winning the fight with lower HP, and Eric kind of sauces on Logan, but it might be too little too late as it's still a 4v4. Eric's behind, Bomba's gonna feed him up, Mirrorman's in connector, and Froyotech might not have the players to block the... You guys gotta get the point!
Yeah, see, in a different scenario where that time isn't an issue, you're like, okay, we took a 3v3, we'll take a respawn advantage 6v3, we're all good. But that is very much... That's one of those moments where, like...
Look at dropping an erm.
Where main calling kind of stopped happening because you're kind of upset at something that happened in the game, didn't go right. It's like, this happened, that happened, what's happening? And you don't realize the time. Like, not a single player was like, get on the point, the time.
And he is.
Until he's not.
Okay, he's gonna get...
Dominant sniper to mid. Be the change of pace that Froyotech needs to.
Quacks looks like he's ready to bomb, and here he comes. Although, oh my god! All right, Quacks. Caps is gonna bomb, but there's some hurt players to beat up on. Donovan's looking sideways to his own China. Caps is gonna go in, but Witness Gaming, it's their turn to all collectively explode. Just Hubba left alive, shooting bows at the skybox. Gonna make his way back to spawn and start healing up, but pretty nice little change of pace there from Froyotech, and ended up working out in their favor with the Donovan sniper. And Quacks might have gone frag video to that one.
Yeah, he lived as well. He's watching Cliff, so we'll see if they spot it. I think Botman's looking at the traps. I don't know if he's able to see that that's the angle that Donovan's locked in as. And they do indeed go a different direction. They're going towards the concrete side. Donovan positioning after hearing that. He actually gets... Did he get... No, he didn't get hit by the ornament. I thought he did for a second. I was going to start bleeding. But actually rotating over towards... He's rotating over towards Cliff and China, so
he's taking
get a shot.
The slow China peek, which is a really good one in 6s. Hubba almost got knocked up, but he's gonna get Caps instead. Caps unprepared. And Donovan's gonna be on China. He's got to worry about the soldier bomb. He's gonna hit a nice surf. Actually might not be able to beat him up. He's gonna back up there. Gonna fly, get him and drop from Jimmy. The Quacks with the sink and with the other soldier, and that's gonna be a disaster for Froyotech.
He wasn't even going for the medic. He was trying to take
trying to kill Donovan. Just nice, Jimmy just kind of popped up.
Yep, respawn now, but won't be for this current fight. Is Witness Gaming? They're playing safe. Nice pipe from the side of Caps on Habib. Final frags. They are definitely... It's like I said, this level of aggression for Froyotech is above average. In a situation where a lot of teams would just say, okay, full on sack or just leave, they just go for a dry without heals, and it just kind of leads to bleeding, honestly. They lost their scout and their demo man. Now they lost their sniper. They're still poking out now despite not having everyone in the tank.
They all rotated. Oh, it's gonna be a slaughter. Oh, but Jimmy just barely manages to avoid Quacks.
They're in spawn,
oh, never mind. They're not gonna avoid bot mode though.
Yeah, bot mode running through the spawn. Really nice play from the side of Witness Gaming off the distraction. But they're still going in. They're just running
is
forward.
Full committing on Hubba. Hubba just barely manages to get away, and Donovan's gonna trade his life for that. So Froyotech gonna be down some players here with a pretty sizable Uber to set. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to play this one pretty carefully because down a soldier means one less family class to do a Witness, and they could just stream forward, especially if people are getting
trap.
But the trap gets both scouts.
Yeah, at first I was gonna say that Caps needs to be careful because he was running forward in front of his scouts, but now you can't.
They're gonna have to use.
It doesn't matter if your scouts are just dead, so this force does indeed come out. Beerman successfully getting that force out of the way. Donovan on sniper still able to scope them down when they go for their try at drawing, and it's gonna make things even more solidified for the side of Witness Gaming that they have to play fast. They have a Mirrorman who's not there. He's rolling out. It's a 5v6. There's a sniper on the field, and they have disad. They have to play aggressive. It didn't take a sec mix. You don't get instantly headshot, but you need to see.
Caps looks like he wants the
Witness Gaming double bomb. You have to see a Witness Gaming double bomb, even though Mirrorman's already respawned. Okay, that's a single bomb. So
that is a single bomb, and that is a single. Well, they did both die. They did bomb, but they did both die. So they are gonna get mirror mid, but Bombo's gonna trade in. Caps is now bombing in, seeing what he can do, and gets a fair amount of damage. But you want your demo to get damage, and yeah, that just a very, very delayed 4-man. It's Witness Gaming kind of back to square one here.
Poor execution. I mean, it's gonna be a thing that happens sometimes, where a soldier tries to get on a sniper, and then just gets body shot out of the air. But that's why you bomb with 2. The other one be able to get through and get on him. So even though Quacks dies, I don't think Fruit was initiating quite yet. So it doesn't really punish Donovan too much. And he's still on sniper. Uber will finally be reached by Hubda and 10 more %. Eric is weak, 13 HP, has to back up for a pack, so won't have tons of flank positioning there, but Miran's A-okay, at least for now. So we'll see how things go. Me, double bomb. Fruit also bombs in. They're also using Uber. They don't land very deep on the sniper. They able to get the kill on the Habib. They get this trade out of the way, but this
they have
post,
players behind.
it's not looking too hot.
Oh, Bobo gets the sniper, so... Oh, and Bobo gets another. Bobo's in position for a massive flank here, as Froyotech is just kind of wiping. It's just Eric and Jimmy walking forward. They're trying to walk forward, but they're going to get pinched on, and Jimmy's going to be not long for this world, as that's a full wipe for Froyotech.
I admittedly am half confused on how Froyotech lost that fight, because it started so bad for Witness. They bomb with both their soldiers. One gets body shot, one doesn't land
kind of
on
ran
the
behind
sniper,
and killed everyone.
and then they still use the Uber and had a worse Uber. But Froyotech, I guess spot mode, going in, getting the sniper, being there for the post. Froyotech unable to clean them up properly. I guess because they were split. Their attention was split.
They kind of took a bunch of 1v1s and didn't end up working in their favor. As Froyos, they're getting a lot of cap time. They know that all you have to do is cap, and it's instantly in their favor. Froyotech gonna send players behind as well. Bombo's gonna fall.
Mirrorman.
Fruit's gonna fall. Mirrorman's in. Can he get cleaned up? Logan almost can't clean it up, but Froy's gonna get it. 2 seconds left. You gotta get the point. And not enough. And that's gonna be 3-2 for Froyotech so far. One more round, and it's gonna be map 3 for Froyotech.
Yeah,
so,
even though Habada didn't die there, the fact that that bomb comes in at the tail end of things means that
it's really
he's surfing
smart.
Far back. Yeah, because Habada
they sent players behind, and they all just walked on the point.
Around.
Yeah.
Caps is fighting the point alone. No beam, no nothing.
Yeah, they
so
had to go chase the players behind, or they're gonna mulched by the soldier on their China. So it's a lose-lose. You either chase the players behind, or you get mulched by the player behind. So good strategy there by Froyotech. But settling into another mid, both teams have just been trading rounds. So at some point, someone's gotta get a pretty good play, and they're gonna try to run with Donovan again. And they're just gonna send a solo sack, but the positioning isn't super great for the side of Froyotech. There's so many hurt players, but they can't get any kills, and you need to get kills at some point, as they're gonna get Banny. That's a pretty good kill to start, but they're gonna lose both scouts for it.
Yeah, I mean, they zoned Donovan for a bit, but they didn't get him until the tail. Actually, they didn't even get him at all. I mean, they got Banny, which is something, but Habada 28.
Oh, that's such a late mid there.
They're actually Habib with the final frags on Habada and Fruit, escaping with his life at that as well. So big plays coming from him at the tail end of things to be here for the cap. But Uber available for the side of Jimmy, lived throughout it all. Sniper still on the field. Donovan scoping up from the side of China. I think they were checking off classes just for a moment there on spy to see what was up. They know the sniper's still on the field. They know they're not forwarding because they're poking around, but gotta get this force out of the way. Gotta get the sniper out of the way because it's definitely a thorn in their side at this point. But we'll see how the execution goes because, you know, so far it hasn't been too hot from the side of Witness game of dealing with this sniper on the field. Case in point.
Yeah. The Froyo defensive sniper is definitely giving Witness a lot of problems. There's a nice trap from Bandy, just gonna instantly prevent that one from getting anywhere. As Witness Gaming, they don't know the sniper. It's really causing a lot of problems for them. And Caps might be a late death here if he's not careful. Bandy is doing some. Caps is actually just running at Bandy.
He's dead no matter what. One soldier got took the trap, the other one got body blocked mid-air by another soldier. So, I mean, that one's not as much their fault, per se, because they had the jump, they had the coordination, but, you know, Froyotech proving that even if, you know, you got the decent enough coordination, they still have the defense. So, Uber available for both these teams. It's shortly, Habada finally approaching 100%. Donovan still on sniper, scoped up on the cliff, watching the concrete sideline and the trap on a Quack, gonna make things a bit rough. Fruit jumps concrete, immediately dies to Eric. No soldiers on the field. They rotate over, get the frag on Eric, which is something. Mind the sniper rotations, rotated over towards China now. Gotta be careful, don't drop players that are a little too valuable. Body shot on the low again. This is...
They are playing with fire crossing the silence. And
sketch.
This is sketch, and they look so uncomfortable playing against the sniper. Both soldiers can't even get behind to pressure him.
Yeah, they finally Uber, trying to seemingly force out of the way. They're just backing up. Jimmy doesn't want to use. Habib's not even weak. Bot mode is actually using the Uber to
Caps
go
is
behind.
gonna fall.
Runs the wrong direction though, just 2 shots Eric. Finally be able to get their way onto Donovan, Free able to collect that frag, but will probably get cleaned up on the side of Mirrorman inside the house here. So overall, I mean, for the side of Witness, even though you lost a lot of people, you can take solace in the fact that you killed a sniper and he won't be there, and maybe you can go for try number 2, but you didn't get the force out of the Uber. You haven't capped at all this round. It's under a minute for the side of Froyotech.
Habib has 100 points.
We're getting closer and closer to looking like my random 4-2 prediction for Froyotech might ring true.
Froyotech is going to use...
They see them too close. No scout speed until the last minute on the side. Habada will get cleaned up as the post Uber inside no man's land. They might lose a couple. Gets Banny, which is something, but it doesn't look like they're getting much more. That is a full wipe. That is, yeah, this is looking like, I mean, They have the fact that this Delman kill might be a bit easier. There's the overtime that can help in their favor a bit. But
They have
this
to
is
get the point and
still
like
hard.
have a massive hold. Like Froyotech needs to just have an epic collapse here.
The sniper's still here.
They have shown that they are unable to deal with snipers on products. I
This
think
is
so
looking
far.
like we're entering map 3 unless they pull a miracle here. The bomb comes
They
in,
are
they get
peeking
here,
the
man.
sniper.
They're all red immediately. 9, 19,
Donovan
21.
is just Donovan's like basically AFK on China, just like having the freest sniper game of all time.
And they, despite having so much damage, they're like, no, just play off the sniper. They haven't even capped yet once. We lost a player. It's whatever.
Like, Donovan's
you know?
literally playing like he's not even getting shot.
Yeah.
Like, it's only a matter of time before he kills
They tried
someone.
before. They're trying
Okay, now he's
practice
getting blocked.
it. Yeah, the Uber comes out though. They seem a bit too close.
They have to get it. They have to block this cap.
Behind.
If they don't
Get the kill
catch,
on the cap.
they lose.
Yeah, they have to play this pretty gracefully. They get the pop up into Bandy. He's actually able to get the kill on the Quack. He's landing on top of him, and it doesn't look like they
Beat
have
his
enough
melee
anti
bot
here.
mode.
98% as Hubba dies, so not quite enough. Stuck between a rock and a hard place there. Once again at the tail end of things, got a runaway from the Uber, but you need the cap time, and Froyotech will take the map 4-2, and we are on to our third map of Metalworks.
We are on to map 3, which is Metalworks, and I think Froyotech, it was looking very, very close, if not Witness favored for a while. Then the sniper came out, and Witness kind of crumbled.
Yeah, and that was kind of the story of the previous week as well. It was Donovan Sniper. That was the show.
Yeah.
At
Like-
least this week, I think we saw better attempts from the side of Witness in comparison to actually attempt to deal with him, but the success was still like
Both
not
soldiers
as
were dying like
prevalent.
before they could even get to the sniper. It's one thing, like,
Mhm.
I think Froy did a good job of playing in front of Donovan, so that way, in order to get to Donovan, they had to go through the Froyotech players, and the Witness Gaming soldiers were like kind of unable to just even get to the backlines to really pressure him.
There were a handful of times where Froyotech, despite having the sniper, played overly aggressive, like out of the sniper's sideline, so he wasn't able to participate, and they got punished for it. But as soon as they got punished for it, they recognized what they were doing, and it immediately stopped, which
Yeah.
is a very good change from what was happening to them on Sunshine, where they were unable to adjust their playstyle away from like the risky playmaking that just started well and ended
Caps and
poorly.
Betty have like the same stats. The Caps having a couple more deaths, but other than that,
Product
just like
now, man.
just the same player.
It wasn't too unclose of a game, realistically. Like, it's a 4-2. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess the last round was very unclose, but I think the rest of the rounds were, they got some time off the clock. So it makes sense to see a couple of decent, like, close comparisons. There may be a little bit of disparity when it comes to, like, the soldiers having to give up their lives,
Yeah, like the soldiers, I think the Witness Gaming soldiers added a bunch of kills to their tally at the end. Yep, the last round and a half, they were kind of just unable to really get much going. But that does happen. It is Product Soldier. Sometimes it just do be like that.
Yeah, it's the way of the road sometimes, but you gotta move on. Back to 5CP you go, so you can leave Koth behind. Moving on to Metalworks, which probably will play much slower than both the previous maps we've seen. I mean, there's a couple times we've seen Sunshine stalemates, but in comparison to Metalworks, it's definitely... I don't think there's an argument, really. So, we're rebranding a bit in seeing the type of playstyles we'll be seeing these teams play, and I think it's going to make it interesting to see how Froyotech will play Metalworks. When Sunshine, they were playing really fast and really risky, and on Metalworks, I feel like it's a little harder to do that and, like, find success, or, like,
Yeah.
the other team allowing you to do that in the first place. It's such a big map in a lot of ways that it can be difficult, really, to use, like, these, oh, we have 25, let's use it. It's like, okay, well, it's a long walk.
Yeah, I feel like
good
Metalworks
luck
is
getting there.
it's a very like thematically different map than the last two maps we played. Not only just in like the physical like aesthetics of the map, but also just like how the map is played. It's a drastic change. I wonder how that's gonna play in, considering this is Froyotech's map pick. I'm not sure how I feel about this is map 3 in terms of who it's actually gonna favor. I assume Froyotech picked it for a reason, but it's also the last map, so there's not that many to pick from.
Well, Witness banned it last time as their map 3.
Okay.
So there was a reason why they decided to go ahead and not play it. But I guess they changed their mind. It was interesting. I thought that it was going to be the other way around, where it's like, there's a reason why I thought in the beginning of the cast I was mistaken. For those of you that showed up late, the pick bans for this week and last week are almost identical, except for the tail end of like what's the third map going to be or whatever. One of them, Snake was picked, the other was Metal. I could have sworn that this one was going to be the Snake game and not last week, because I think they scrimmed Snake on like Monday and it was like a 4-5. So it makes sense that both these teams are like, yeah, that's the map we can leave in and then just pick it or whatever. We can win that. But no, despite that, they like that close scrim, whatever, they disband it and say they don't want to deal with it. Maybe they showed their hand and don't have a plan B and don't want to work with it. But I think this is definitely going to be a Froyotech favored map in a way, despite what we've seen from 5CP so far for them tonight, just because of the sole fact of it was, even though it was the last map, which is usually a map that both teams are okay with, it was previously banned last week by the side of Witness, and it was their pick as the higher seed, so obviously you got 3 maps to pick between, pick your poison, and then
honestly,
decided with this, so.
I'm having, this might be a very, very stupid thing to say, but this isn't the worst map in the world to lose on Witness. And here's my theory, right? So Witness has shown they can change stuff and adapt. They've shown that on Sunshine today, that they can, look at the demo or whatever they did to fix their problems, come back and beat Frail on a map that they previously lost to them on. Even if Witness loses here, they could do the same to Freo in playoffs. You know what I mean? If they lose on Battleworks and these guys beat each other in playoffs, Freo might go into this picking Battleworks again and kind of walk into a little bit of a trap. Of course, it'd probably be better to just outright win, but,
play a little mind games,
Yeah, play a little mind games. I don't know if tanking's a thing in TF2, but, like, the TF2 equivalent of tanking for info.
I mean, you can when it's just seeds. Like, we see that regular season matches where it's, like, coincidentally, the top 2 teams play each other at before the Stage 2 stuff happened. Like, I mean, like, in years prior, where it's like, alright, regular season, the top 2 teams play each other like week 8 or something, and it's like, alright, well, they probably don't really care what seed they get because they know they're just going to both beat seeds 4 and 5 given that particular season, right?
Yeah.
So they're just like, let's just play this on a match because we haven't played it in a match setting yet. Like, let's play the new map.
Let's just see what happens.
Like, we've never played Sultry or Villa or whatever before, right? Well, whatever map comes in, cycles in. Let's just play it. Who cares if we lose? We'll learn and whatever, and then we'll know for later. So we'll kind of see how things go. I feel like G6 did that a season. I don't remember which one.
I think they did that a season for their upper bracket match to prepare for Grands. And then they won that Grand.
Yeah, they kind of picked random maps.
I think tanking maps is a thing.
Yeah,
because the scrims aren't the same.
Yeah, I do remember, like, in one of the post-game interviews, we're like, so what are your guys' thoughts of the map bans? And they're like, yeah, we just kind of pick whatever.
And look at... G6 doing that. Oh, I wonder what the G6 players are doing nowadays.
Yeah, the no thoughts head empty map banner strategy
anyone know where the G6 players are? At least, like, I don't know, maybe half of them.
Yeah, where are they?
Any ideas?
Where could they be?
Oh, I'll have to get investigators on that. But
yeah,
I think these dings are in Mumble. I'm not gonna alt tab. I think we're at the under 60-second mark. Any score predictions here?
I'm gonna give my first Freo prediction of the night. I'm gonna say, I feel like we might be in for a long one. I'm getting that impending sense of doom. So I'm gonna say like a nice 2-1 for Freo.
I am feeling a nice 48-minute 3-2 game. I'm gonna say Froyotech wins it because I think part of their issues might get fixed by the map, assuming that they're good at the map, which they picked it, so I hope they're good at the map, obviously. I think them biting off more than they can chew just kind of like, Metalworks kind of solves that problem in a way, potentially. Because you can't just barrel through all the time, and that might be a big benefit to them. But the longest rollout in the game is over. We have gone live with a third map between Witness Gaming and Froyotech, as everyone, explosive classes and the medics have arrived, and we'll see who comes away with the first victory in this game.
Froyotech immediately getting very aggressive, and they're just going to sink onto Caps, and the Caps going to hit the air shot, but can also go back to the respawn queues. Quax is behind, he's going to get pinched by Habib, and he's going to end up falling. Fruit's behind as well. They're going to get Donovan, but they're kind of like there's a conga line of feeding Witness players in lobby, and they're unable to feed up the kills. They're going to get Habib. In this game, it's just Logan and Hubda versus 2 scouts and a demo. That's going to signal the retreat. Or at least maybe?
It's a 2v3. I guess, yeah, Vanny has lockdown now. He just eats the stickies. Caps 16 HP.
Logan did manage to pad his stats. Nice little, Christmas ornament there. Another, what's that, like 60 damage for the logs? Not bad.
Yeah, padded Vanny stats, too. He did, like, over 100 damage there.
Yeah.
At least, I think.
So, yeah, the nice little agreement to make sure both players have better stats. That's the kind of coordination you like to see.
Mirror Man fake. Doesn't commit. I don't think Donovan's ready to go for an actual bomb. He was in the same doorway as well, so...
Yeah, I don't think they're ready to... I'd be surprised if they committed, considering we have, like, multiple Froyo players just kind of, like, staring at the lobby door.
Just
Like,
testing
Banny's
the water,
staring at the
see how
lobby
they,
door, Habib's staring at it, Donovan's staring
see how
at
they
it.
respond, you know? If a soldier bomb's in, you know, what's happening?
Yeah.
And they did definitely lock
now
down.
they're starting to move.
They locked down the bridge well enough, so it's going to be a hard avenue to work with, and Dom is just there kind of alone watching. And there are some traps there in case they try to go for him, but
yeah, here comes the Mirrorman.
Everyone's pretty much in alley.
It's going to be a kind of a fake. He's going to land on the crate, and he's actually going to do a good amount of spam. They're just trying to pressure in and see what damage they can get, see if anything shakes loose. And Bobo's going to take a bunch of damage. Donovan's going to try to bomb off of it, but almost gets Caps. Caps going to barely get to him. Yeah, Caps gets Bandy, so not the kill they want. Bobo's actually chasing Eric in mid. And Eric might fall. Oh, but Bob's going to be the one who's going to get baited. Mirrorman's behind, so a lot of chaos happening here.
Oh, we'll eventually have to use the Uber. Nice pipe on Eric, though. Gets dropped, and flash on a Mirrorman. Going to make things a bit shorter. This Uber is ending on the bridge, so going to be favorable for the side of Witness
Quax
Gaming.
Is behind.
Yeah, Quax is behind, so they're
going to try to get out.
Try to chase me. Should be okay. And overall, after all things said and done, I mean, let's be honest, nothing happened.
Yeah, that was a really good.
Square one.
Yeah, that was a nice little you know, back to square one. It was like a very elaborate nothing for. Oh, actually, you know what happened? Caps is now trapped the crate that Mirrorman landed on. So that's the new innovation. Do you think Mirrorman actually dies to that, or he's gonna just try to, you know, see the stickies and do a nice little 180?
Habib sees it. He's pistoling it, so Mirrorman won't bomb there in the first place. He might bomb the awning or like the sheet metal instead. They go for that.
Yeah, I think Caps.
It might be an underplay.
Caps is putting him back, so we've reached the new meta. I have seen people trap that in pugs. I don't think I've seen that for a while in an actual game.
The box and maybe the sheet metal. And then the sheet
you do
metal's
like that. You do like the top of the sheet metal, like where they're like, oh, they're gonna get pretty aggressive. Mirrorman not gonna land on the crate. Eric gonna get kind of mulched up, and as the Froyotech sack. Donovan gonna try to
in through lower, face plants into Mirrorman. Is he gonna win this
engagement?
That's
so close. They're gonna get fruit as well, but they're gonna trade Mirrorman. Oh, they drop a beep.
Oh, and they didn't even use. He just gets sauced on by Logan. Donovan will indeed get that frag though, and they don't want to use this.
Look at what Botmo's doing to Baby right now. Oh my God, Botmo.
The world is his oyster. He's still alive. He's eating the pack. Be careful. Donovan's coming. But he knows Donovan's probably pretty weak. Packs up.
There goes Donovan.
Killed. Bomb mode on a tirade right now. They have this Uber still in their pocket, working the way in the mid. Not really enough in the tank from the side of Froyotech and Habib. Oh, he probably just spelled his death. But enough distraction, though, for the rest of the team to come in. How about starting backwards? Mirrorman trying to get the
he gets
Caps on the fall. Try to get the pack, but will not be successful. Bottom on a 5K with the pistol right now. So many red health players from the side of Witness Gaming, but not enough for Eric to be able to get that frag. Bot mode, he is ready to play. He sat out for a little bit. He had his little bit of
spy.
He had his break, you know, but now he's here to play.
Donovan might get trolled. There's just Banny gets nice. I don't think that was a blind dead. Banny was watching it, but a kill on bot mode might throw a wrench in the works here. They're gonna probably have to wait for him, which gives more time for Donovan's spy to do something. But also might make them more paranoid. Oh, they're just going. Donovan's spy might be a little caught out here, but and
this is the weirdest interaction with
Fruit found him.
Yeah, not gonna find too much there. So gonna be down a soldier if they try to actually use this Uber.
They gotta get the point though, and they're playing really aggro, and they're not getting enough point time. They might have to just back up here. They're finally starting to get some point time. Might be too little, too late, as Froyotech is rapidly approaching this Uber.
Yeah, it's gonna be really rough.
Oh, they're gonna use.
No one's watching behind.
They lose Mirrorman though.
Yeah, gotta be down.
They're gonna lose Logan here. I think.
At last. They get the kill on Habib.
Somebody needs to kill Logan.
So much time. What is happening? Now it's just Donovan and Jimmy left alive.
Okay, this is Froyo. Froyo's wiping.
This is a wrap. There's so much cap time as well. They just go to last.
Logan lived inside the enemy Uber and killed Banny somehow. He was just like actually Ultra Instinct, just the invincible man.
At first I was gonna critique a little bit that like, I mean, the timing of the flank going in was before the Uber even happened, and I don't think they needed the flank to make space for them. Like, there wasn't any serious spam on the doorways. So they're really, like, lunging in, like, all at the same time, and you're not going to be able to flash everyone there. But the real kicker is the fact that it took forever to kill Logan. Like, that's just... That's less of a decision-making, like, thing, and more of just, like, a... You know, execution.
I mean,
you gotta hit shots.
Sometimes Logan just goes Ultra Instinct, and there's just nothing you can do, you know? It just kind of just happens.
Hey, new mid, new you, though.
Yeah, new mid, new you is Logan gonna take an immediate bit of damage, learning from their lessons. Is Froyotech is streaming forward with pretty good health overall. As Witness Gaming, they're kind of back in their own valley. Donovan's gonna do a bomb.
Echo.
Cap's gonna fall. But for Froyotech, they're eating a lot of damage for it, but the kills aren't getting cleaned up in Witness Gaming. They're gonna retreat off of that, so they're gonna get their round. They'll lose the mid, back up the second.
Froyotech did a really nice, healthy amount of baiting. At the tail end there, once they had won the fight and Witness had lost to explosive classes, everyone was red HP. Every combat class was red HP except for Mirror Man. But bomb coming in from the side of Quacks, damage on Hobe, maybe moving on to Banny, getting a little bit, but not quite enough to secure a frag. So overall, the defense will not lead too much there. Trying to go for a fine play.
Logan was doing
face
3
two
HP.
players. Yeah, 2 more than you need.
2 more than he
A-okay
needs
there.
indeed is. They're gonna settle back into last, so Froyotech. Eric's actually just gonna stream through the door onto Fruit. Fruit's
Yeah,
gonna
no
surf
gun, no
into
nothing.
Hubna. Hubna's gonna hold that.
63.
That was a sketchy moment there. Hubna's gonna back up the spawn, and that's gonna be a 3-man for no real reward, and that might signal the push out from the side of Witness Gaming.
I mean, there's no gun, so it makes sense to go for those. The trap's gonna buy some time, at least a little bit. They get
I like
a
the
little
theory.
damage as well, so I mean, they're playing to really hold this, playing alley
Oh, they
side.
gotta be careful. They're eating a lot of damage.
Yeah, Banny's spamming upward, and they finally.
Oh,
use
they
Uber.
might drop caps. No, they're gonna save caps.
No,
But
you
oh,
gotta be mindful there,
Habib's
Uber.
gonna
They
go
are-
behind.
they're
He's
going
gonna
all
find
for it.
Logan. He might
Jimmy's
find Fruit
coming.
too. Habib kills too.
Really good plays. Dominant getting the kill on the Quacks as well. It means they're a bit segmented here for the side of Witness Gaming with the stealth crew they have left alive. They're meeting at the shutter.
Bob
Bobo
explodes
just melts.
in the shutter.
I mean, he gets a B, but what can a Dome and a Medic do against a full 5 lineup? So overall, nice place on the side of Froyotech. Doing the 3-man that didn't really amount to too much, but still holding on pretty strong
That was
with that
Habib.
exchange. And Habib with the plays, I think he got 2, right, at the
He
tail
got
end of
2
there.
flank players because he just basically ran behind while Ubered and found 2 hurt flank players.
Yeah, no fear.
Yeah, no fear at all.
Which is
Ends
how,
up-
how do those flank players even get weak in the first place when there's only 3 on the board? So definitely
they're trying to walk through the door.
Well, yeah, but it's extra good execution from the side of Froyo for only having
Yeah.
3 players to be able to do all that. So
Yeah, very true. So they're gonna settle into another mid, and Fruit's gonna get aggressive immediately onto Banny. Banny is
Banny.
he's gonna get his man, but that's gonna be it. Cap's gonna back up, and Caps is also. Oh wait, Caps lived.
just barely. Finally get the HP he needs, but
Barely
they're still trying
living
to fight
is still
this.
living. As Donovan, he's gonna have to fall back, and Froyotech, this is a loss.
Yeah, Donovan's gonna die. Oh, 5 HP. He's
It's-
escaping.
yeah, you're gonna skill stick out, go back to second, get healthy.
Yep. So sometimes it's the simple things when it comes to winning or losing the mids. Oh, I think this is now I'm getting Sunshine deja vu, where some of these mids are just like, oh, we lost a player or 2. Well, okay, just leave. There's no full wipes really,
Yeah.
so it's by thin margins. But
Although if it's
Donovan-
like Sunshine. Oh,
Donovan
Donovan
spotted, has
gonna
to
go.
fall down.
Uh-oh,
He
no,
does-
poor
he gets the kill
Bobo.
though, but has to trade. So
Bobo didn't deserve that.
probably not expecting that really. But Bomb comes in from Quack, tries to find an opening, gets on a Banny, or no, on a Jimmy. Not quite enough, and overall.
And he's getting
Not gonna
very
really do
aggressive.
too
As,
much.
we're also gonna get try to poke around lobby. Mirrorbait is gonna get the pack, gonna get full HP, and that's gonna be a pause.
Yep. So far we've seen only techs, no tax.
Yeah, I feel like we're not gonna see attack tonight.
Yeah, probably not, especially not right now. There's not really a reason to attack unless someone drops their Uber. The only
Yeah.
way this is attack is if someone drops their Uber here.
Yeah.
And it's just steamroll in 90 seconds.
This is looking pretty okay for Freya, though. My only red flag is that Eric's like 20 HP looking backwards at his own pack, so they're gonna be kind of down a scout for the immediate part of this, whatever's happening.
The thing for the Witness Gaming side, though, is they only have a 1-player disad, and they have an Uber they can use as a tool to buy time for their respawners. And if even after that time, Froyotech is still showing face here at mid, it's a 6v4. And Eric crashed this
Yeah,
time
that makes
around.
sense. Also, Witness is just like on the high ground shooting down at the Froyotech players, pushing Valley, which I feel like Valley is at this point is like kind of notoriously hard to push from second into mid through Valley. It always feels like you're trying to walk uphill both ways because you have to look at for the Batman soldier who's just gonna like collapse on you. You have to look for the trap inside the rock texture. There's a lot of little minefields or like you can walk into on the.
And
It's tough.
Eric's not even here. He is weak
Yeah.
on second.
Like
Getting
they
a health
could,
pack.
they could get actually just bulged.
So this
if they're not
engagement
careful.
right after that is a 4v4. This is a straight up 4v4 right now. Eric is still not in position to help.
Yeah.
So they're trying, but they don't really got too
Danny's
much to
getting
work with
pretty
here.
aggressive. They are gonna get up, but they gotta be
Nah,
careful
it's
if they're gonna have to
too
back up. Yeah, I like the attempt
But
of
Fruit
trying to
off
buy some.
timing?
Yep, Fruit off
Going
timing.
in? Oh no, not actually going in, just getting spade.
Oh, he's
Now
gonna go
going.
now. Now it's the off timing. He's gonna land. Not able to do too much. Banny's gonna be hurt, but that's just gonna be it. Hurt and not dead. So nice little 1-man. Although they gotta be careful on the flank. Is there's a hurt Froyo soldier, and he's gonna crater. Beerman's gonna crater. So that's 2 for 1 on the flank, and they might be able to do something on that.
Yep. got some players to work with here. Actually, not too much.
Bombo gets
my
mulched
HUD's broken. It's a
immediately.
4v4.
It is a
there's
4v4.
No player I had to work off here.
Well, they do get the respawner faster, so that could be
Yeah,
the
so
fruit
Froyotech
is
have reason to
Waddle on
hold.
his way to mid.
Yeah, the fruit's not quite there yet, so they're not gonna be able to really do anything here. No off classes for either team. It definitely makes sense for the side of Froyotech, as you normally don't see that ever for the side of Metalworks second. But Witness Gaming not taking that avenue to go ahead and break the stalemate, which, I mean, I think a fair amount of teams are pretty content with Cookie Cutter for the side of Metalworks in particular. It's a pretty hard line to work with when it comes
It's a hard... The only way,
defending, probably.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I think it's the 1 second hold that I see the most failure rates for. I mean, obviously this is the top 2 teams, so you're probably not going to see that too much because they're, you know, obviously the top 2 teams, pretty experienced at this point with dealing with things like Metalworks second. But something to be said. This is where the crash was. Eric is now at spawn. It is a 6v5 for like 5 seconds. And this is the time where Fruit will go in. Immediately eating a trap, I think it was. Bombs in instead onto Jimmy. Indoors, but not quite enough in the tank to get the second rocket off. Both soldiers on move. Donovan forwarded just a bit. Mirman a bit aggressive at underpass. Go ahead and back up. Overall,
they're gonna resend it.
Yep, going it again. Quacks
gonna get
will
quacked.
die. They're still in deep. Mirman's behind for the retreat. Gotta be careful. Bombing in. Trying to get a rocket.
Oh,
Will
they
he
get
the
Ubered
force
and
to drop
Mirman's
the
gonna
feed?
die. Or he might not. Oh, he is gonna die, so that's gonna be an extra man for the post. And Bob
And they get
mode,
the force too.
he's so forward, and Bob mode, I don't know if they're gonna be able to kill him. Danny really wants this kill, but Bob mode, it's a demo versus a scout who's just, you know, has the moves.
And Eric's behind, so he's unable to really help with the fight on two, but he might be able to tie out the 3 people that are respawning.
Obama,
Witness Gaming, even
he's
though
getting...
this fight went well for them, they have people rolling out. It's really hard to play this deep, but they are succeeding at least for now. Caps jumped out after being inside their lobby, and Jimmy finds himself alone for just a moment. That actually makes him have to retreat fully. Eric still on mid, and instead of fighting 3 players, he only has to fight 2. So, you know, 1 peeled away, but overall, it will lead to no deaths out the back lines on mid between any of the 4 players that were involved in that scuffle. So, still gonna be a 4 on
Logan's
their
running
side.
forward, trying to take the 1v1 with Eric, who is not
Yeah.
giving him the 1v1 and is going to instead retreat to get more packs.
Yeah,
And it
it's
looks like it
turning
might be
into a
2v1.
3v1.
I hear soldiers, yeah. Eric,
Yeah, it's a 3v1.
yeah,
they're trying to kill.
he's dragging a lot of players back. If Froyotech wants to attempt to play the game, they can, but they're on last and...
Too long of a walk.
Yeah, too long of a walk, but Eric did technically do his job in that he dragged
If
back
this-
a lot of people.
If this was Sunshine, they would have done it.
Yeah.
But it's too long of a walk. They'll be there in time by the time you get to the actual physical doorways that you really want to be
They
able
would
to
have
get
had to
through
like
scot-free.
preemptively walk forward and hoped, just guessed that Eric would have dragged all the players back. But you have Eric
Yeah.
on the Putu now.
Yep, on heavy because he knows the stack's coming soon, so he doesn't have enough time to actually
Airman's just
build
like
a gun.
really hurting spawn. Look at the space they're getting. Caps is just
They're
on the
just
bridge.
walking in. Donovan kind of behind though.
Oh,
Might
Caps.
clean him up. Popping Caps up in a corner.
Mirman died
Actually give
too.
up both their soldiers for it. They get Logan.
Obama's
That's
gonna
something,
fall
but-
too unless they Uber on him.
Oh, you gotta be careful. Banny will fall though. No Dillman available. Force onto Jimmy.
This is so
Hubba will
scuffed.
eventually go in and save his team Quacks around a corner.
Oh, they're
gonna
both chasing
chase
that
for him, really.
soldier kill.
Bot mode. Able to get a lot of cap time. Cap
Just
running forward. Hubba in tow. Can he 2v2 the scouts? 1
Oh.
pipe.
Oh,
2 pipes.
nice little 2
3
pipe.
pipes. Or 3rd pipe. Not quite there. Reinforcements are arriving, and it seems like he's
Caps
still
had
hitting
another
some.
pipe. Caps is still in.
Fear the scout main pipe, seriously.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
the
the
scout
kill
main
advantage.
pipes-
They're still poking around. They have the ad to work with. Be here to spam the gun at least. They do indeed make sure that a gun can get built up. It was attempted from the moment there. But overall, I mean, you can't be too mad. It was an even scenario, and now you're at a point where you actually have a respectable ad to work with. And the gun's only getting built up now, so it's barely going to be in a position to be able to, like, you know, be a full level 3. So it's probably will be pretty easily dealt with, I would imagine. So, you know, Witness Gaming in a pretty good spot, but we've seen some of these last pushes
We
go
do
and
have
not
the Eric
convert.
Pyro.
The Pyro's gonna
They're
make things
guessing
more
that they're going to go that door, and it is not a correct guess, unfortunately.
And might still be able to reflect some spam.
Yeah,
though. We'll
he's
see how it
still like
executes.
spam. Yep, I oh, Caps.
Oh, man.
I hit.
The cap time, though, the cap
but
time!
it doesn't matter.
Sometimes you gotta be a little meticulous with the way you place your stickies. I think bot mode only shot 1 or 2 and was completely unforwarded. Where were the soldiers even?
I don't know, because it
I
wasn't
don't know.
a soldier was an Pyro, it was Eric
I was watching the pyro reflect things to see how like
Yeah,
how little
that's what I
impact
was
he was
watching
going to
too.
have. Yeah, because I
I
was
think
gonna
he
be like,
actually
alright,
had reasonable impact.
but I literally did not see what was tying up Donovan and Mirrorman.
Eric was the farthest one forward on like the Pyro holding right click. Like he was
They must
the
have-
farthest one forward.
Mirrorman and Donovan must have both gotten tied up by the flank or something. and
Yeah,
were
or they
unable
like
to
saw
bomb.
shiny players and couldn't play the game.
No, I don't know. But either way, round converted for the side of Witness
Eric's a
Gaming as
very
on to
good
the next mid.
Pyro player. Eric is looking for health.
Mirrorman's really, really weak. But
Oh, we
it's
do
gonna
have
be
a
overall
Batman soldier.
trade.
Yeah, trying to buy some room on top of the high ground, favorable for the side
Froyotech,
of Witness
this
Gaming.
mid's
And
over.
no scouts. Yeah, no scouts, no mid, and no dome man. Vandy's just out.
They
Try to leave
showed up
Valley.
the mid and got nuked by something. I don't know
Yeah.
what, but they just showed up with the mid like 30 HP.
It is it's rough like
Well, there goes another
on
first over. They're just
mid.
chain feeding.
Yeah, Mirrorman tried to go for a play on an overzealous player, ends up dying himself. Bomb mode might be taking a turn here, getting a little bit too far forward, but will indeed be a-okay as it is even Uber's one soldier dead, no gun. It's time to sack probably. Got Logan capping it up. Quax isn't able to be there to sack, and I think Fruit's a little bit passive, so they have to, yeah, kind of give the opportunity where they didn't steamroll that hard. They can just go ahead and do a sack right now, but they're not even building a gun. No, they finally will go ahead and go on it. I think it took them a sec to volunteer for that position, but Habib's, moving over, building it up now. Eric's already on a preemptive sniper, in case that is going to be a thorn on their side. Takes a shot, is revealed at this moment, so Witness Gaming, especially with the headshot on
I heard
Logan.
a headshot.
Yeah, they know what the play is now. Bomb coming in from the side of Fruit. Just a fake
They're
for
gonna
Quack to move in. They're not actually committing on any of the players. They see that Jimmy's
They
so
get
far
two.
back.
2v2.
Let's be real. Jimmy is a spawn player sometimes
Yeah,
on meta.
Jimmy is a spawn. I
So-
have
so you
played
go
with Jimmy
for-
enough. Yeah.
You go for other classes, and
You
they
go for
try
the
to
guy
go for
trying to hold
soldiers.
doors.
They succeeded in getting soldiers,
Oh,
but
they caps.
losing cabs afterwards as well. That's the end of the sack.
Caps may have gotten kind of synced by Bandy, but that's okay. You're Bandy is
Oh, they're going for a play here. They want to run into Shutter
This
and
is
kill
so
flank.
Chad. This is either you win or lose the red off this.
They want to run into Shutter and kill flank, but they don't see the combo. They're
No, they're
a little
gonna go.
scared
They're gonna
to
get
lose
Donovan. And they're
Yeah.
getting damage off it. They didn't even have to use.
I think Froyotech was a little scared of the fact they didn't see anyone on the point that was beamed at all. Like, they could see through the glass and be like, where is anyone? And
Yeah.
they know that, oh, okay, that means they're Shutter, and we don't have our Shutter, like, secured at all right now. It's kind of sketchy. But we also don't want to go through Shutter blind. Catch
I
up,
hear a
he's
headshot
out.
ringing out, but
Jimmy doesn't.
they're gonna get through.
They get
Bombo's
forced.
just getting cap time.
Yeah.
Oh, and he might get an air shot. Avoids the air shot.
Scatter down, has a Surfs. Fanny pretty aggressive, really weak as well. Separate from the side.
Caps might be. Oh,
Of
okay,
his
they're gonna get
team.
Caps. Bandy's behind on second.
Yeah, he is.
Bandy's lost. Okay, Bandy's in Valley.
He's getting the pad.
Uh-oh. Where is my demo? Where's the food demo?
I'm having flashbacks.
I'm
to-
having process flashbacks. Bandy
Yeah,
was in.
you
Bandy
know,
was
but-
getting the Valley pack.
That
His
sewer
friend
clip?
was capping last.
Yeah, someone play that sewer clip real quick. Someone link that sewer clip.
Why is my demo on second?
Sometimes you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You need help to ever be able to do anything, but I think it's not the fact that he goes behind. I think it's the fact that he's separated from his team in the first place.
Yeah.
And we've seen it a lot between him and Jimmy, and the fact that Jimmy's dead there, I think makes it even more apparent that I don't think Froyotech's playing as cohesive as like a unit when it comes to their combo. But they have some time to shape things up. The
Caps
deficit isn't
is-
that big.
Oh my,
but
Caps
we're on
are
to
doing
the
so
next
much
mid.
damage on mid.
Eric is so weak right now. Same piece separate Caps.
Oh, they
who
get
actually
Caps,
the first
though.
one to fall. Mirrorman able to
Oh,
clear that
Bandy
back.
needs a
And
nice
actually
wipe on
alive
mid.
for now. Bomba running forward, trying to be able to clean up a kill, but will be unsuccessful. Mirrorman, or actually,
Oh, Donovan is a nice air shot on the fruit. That
Two
is
to live.
massive.
50 HP as Froyotech will be able to take away a mid as the rest of Witness Gaming scurries away with 3 left alive. 3v6 scenario, you're probably not holding second back to last they go. And gun not built up. They have most of their players alive, so I would be unsurprised to see Froyotech go ahead and go for a sack, at least pretty soon. Yeah, they're not even capping.
Bandy
They want
is
to just
walking
go for
forward.
something now. We'll cap later. Screw it. No,
Yeah,
he needs to
Bandy,
go back.
Bandy knows that they need to get in. Oh,
There's
and,
the Quack's kill. Gun's not even up. Ignoring it.
they get
Going
Donovan
forward.
though, so that is another sec. They're onto Caps, so they're actually
Get
going to
the
get forced off of it, but they might get some more
Successful.
kills off here. Bandy wants to take this exchange, but he's going to get dropped.
Didn't use though. They're trying to actually go in now. Classic Froyotech fashion. They see
It's a
them too far
3v3,
forward.
but they
Yeah.
the Uber players. Oh,
Gotta get frags though fast. Be
oh
mindful
they're
of
going to get the
respawners.
reinforcements though. It
Yeah,
just
one
quacks.
respawner coming in.
They're going to block the point. The medic is
Another
playing along the point. It's just Hubna though. Can you live long enough for? Oh, can he live long enough for Fruit to get there? Fruit. Oh, can he get it? No. Jimmy's going to get the kill. And the cap.
Classic Froyotech fashion. When you do your sack wave, if you see that they are being over aggressive with their Uber, trying to salvage, like, oh no, we got forced, quick, get something with it. Use the fact they're so deep to just go ahead and use yourself despite having just sack. They Ubered with 3, and we're still confident enough that, like, yeah, our Uber will be better though, and we'll still have enough in the tank to be able to get all these kills really close. So very heads up, high level play coming from them to, and it's a staple from them, and it secures them the round, and things are starting to even up a little bit. And they won the last, and we'll see if they're able to have some of the
And
results.
Bandy's
But
dead.
Bandy, he walked
Logan
towards lower
just
and
held
just
W. Yeah. That is the
it's
danger of
Bandy
playing
that held
lower.
W.
It's the danger of playing lower is that sometimes you just get walked in. Bombo's kind of on a pair, but he's actually going to
Hubna's
fall.
dead,
Cap's
though.
going to fall. Hubna's going to fall. So the Froyotech hit class is having massive impact, but Jimmy's gonna fall in the back lines, and Quacks is behind with full HP. Logan's behind for potentially a play too. Quacks is gonna get 2v1. Logan's trying to come in for a salvage. Can he get Eric? He can't get Eric. Can he get Habib? Oh, Habib's gonna end up cleaning it up in the end. So it is gonna be a Froyotech mid-win in quotations, but we might see a mid-fight part 2 here.
Yeah, good play from the side of Mirror Man, killing 2, including the medic.
Donovan found a corner.
Good salvage from the side of Fruit, but Pyrrhic victory.
Donovan found a corner, and
he knows there's mid-fight V2
I'm scared. I'm so scared.
They should be paranoid. They know 2 left alive and there's only a ×2 cap. They know there's a possibility someone
and
behind.
Donovan's gonna get one. Oh.
It's probably just gonna be a trade. Pack's not up.
Should be a trade.
Skill sticks away.
Yep, they got him.
You know, they buy some room for Froyotech to actually walk through doors, so that's actually a beneficial trade. Bought a lot of room to go ahead and get this cap in favor of the side of Froyotech, as they're not really in a good spot to continue to fight this.
Hubba's getting bombed by Mirror Man.
He has no scout with him. Caps is going to be able to fight them down, but Hubba will indeed die as Eric's running forward to get that frag to get the kill on the Caps as well. The scouts are streamlining forward on a tire right now. Every single frag on the side of Froyotech's favor went towards the scouts. Cleanup duty. Sweeping it up, and Fruit will be the last remaining survivor as they run away to spawn. And really good play from the side of Donovan. You know, I feel like Witness Gaming probably a little bit more paranoid. The fact that 2 left alive, but it was only a ×2 cap. Sure, Donovan could be going back for a pack, but he could be going for something silly. Maybe you don't expect it at this high of a level, but you know, skill level works on a bell curve sometimes. Sometimes at the high level, it's just the simple things you don't think about. And now we find ourselves in an Uber Froyotech.
Really.
Yeah. Going in,
They're
get the gun right off the bat. At the spawn.
Okay, there they go.
No kill.
And he's in spawn, but they gotta get the point. The point is gonna hurt. They're gonna get Fruit off of it, the damage. They're gonna get Bombwood as well. They're gonna get Logan, and it's a slaughter. There's no win escaping kills. That's a full wipe. The perfect last push.
Yeah, sometimes when it comes to Metalworks, you don't even need to necessarily get any kills. That Uber, while it was actually happening, didn't get anything more than just a gun, but they were able to successfully corral them enough to make sure that they did not really have an amazing avenue to be able to actually block the point in time. So, you know, the side of Witness got to maybe slightly change the way they're positioning for the actual last hold to make sure they can get there in time to go ahead and block it in a timely fashion. But we are tied up 3-3, 8 minutes left before we reach infinite overtime, and we're back to another mid-fight.
All right, everyone typing in chat. Bandy actually didn't say anything, and speaking of Bandy, he actually just type it. He didn't even say anything on that last fight. He just stood still. But that is going to be an instant demo dead. They're going to have... Oh, they're trying to get Hubba, but it's just kind of a conga line of feeders, and they're going to end up going back to last.
Another mid where Bandy just smelt. Last mid, he aggressively walked up to the lower area by the pillars that props up the point and melted. This mid, he does about the same and still dies. So I think he was expecting them to play differently despite it being so easy, like the mutual respect thing. Like, but
Bandy might be yeah, they're getting a lot of space, and actually they're gonna try to get aggressive on the Caps, but Mirror Man gonna take a lot of damage themselves. They're gonna have to back up, and Caps is doing a good job stuffing the door, but Bandy is just holding W, and they're actually gonna get Caps. They're going to trade for Eric, and Logan is threatening a back cap. And they're going to have to go deal with that. Logan is going to get shot, and he's bringing a lot of players back.
Oh, he gets the Timmy drop! Rename him! Oh my god!
Oh my lord, that was disgusting from Logan.
Yeah, Habib's in a corner. Donovan trying to support just a little bit as the Uber ticks away. Finally going through.
That was good use, good use.
Yeah, bot mode will almost get dropped, but it's fine for now. Eric, I mean, how do you win this? You get the kill
he got his
that's about it. And Logan basically single-handedly securing a round for his team after what probably was honestly a respectable chance for Froyotech to actually push out a last there, but immediately down the drain.
Yeah, that's I think that's twice now. Once on Product and once now that the Witness Gaming scouts have salvaged off of the Jimmy greed. You know, the scouts in your face, sometimes they don't hit the shots and you know, you preserve the Uber, but it's a couple times now the Witness Gaming scouts have been hitting their shot.
So we'll see how the mids change. It's going to be Cass actually taking a lot of damage, but both demo not playing. Actually, oh, Donovan's playing lower. So Bandy wants to play aggressively here, lower no matter what. Has a soldier here to help protect him. It's actually working out much better because they aren't able to immediately melt the dome in.
Oh, there goes. Still first death.
Never mind. Oh my god, what is happening?
Somebody help Bandy on good.
Something. It's 1-for-1. Bombing it on the Hubba. Mirror Man will not be able to seal a deal there as there's 4 left alive for the side of Witness Gaming, even though they're really weak. Eric able to get 1 frag, turning into 3v3. Logan has to get re-healed. They can't engage quite yet, which means high gear control for the side of Froyotech. Even though they're just scouts, it will be able to ultimately...
They want to take this.
Yeah,
they're
Chads. This is a really awkward fight. Oh my god! Damage. Okay, they're scouts. They just hit their shots. They get the force out. They're trying to get the
Hubba gets the pack, and it's the scout ulti trio ends up in the favor of Witness Gaming.
Wow.
They definitely showed up tonight. They're on one right now, and
Yeah, that
is-
was a disrespect push.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, we'll take it. I mean, realistically, you have your Uber to bail yourself out, and you're
Yeah.
that close to them that you should be able to get a force, but, I mean, didn't happen for side of Froyotech, so Witness Gaming sitting pretty right now, going straight under, double scout Uber, just straight through lower. Domin was able to get behind. I think it was unspotted. They don't quite know yet. Try to get any
there
sort of
goes
frag they
Logan.
can, but Logan will bite off more than he can chew. Was thinking maybe just be a sack, but Mirrorman with the off,
There.
setting play inside lobby, flank from Mirrorman, or flank from both Domin and Mirrorman at the same time means that it's just Caps and Hubada left alive. Hubada's already saw that it was
Caps
really
is in a sad.
bad.
Oh,
and, yeah,
Caps.
that's a just
Oh,
kill bind.
Caps.
Just kill bind.
Maybe he can get Bandy, you know? Well, walks up Bandy with the hammer out, unable to get the kill, and that's going to be an immediate mid push. They're down, you know, it's a 3v5. They're going to try to stabilize on second, see what they can do yet, but they have full Uber to set, so we might instantly go back to last.
Yeah, you know, Domin on Metalworks means that you either win via the flank or you just give up and go back to last. It looks like they might try to win via the flank. No, they're just
They
go back to
spotted where the
last.
combo's coming from. Someone ate a crit ball.
Yeah, they just gotta leave. Fruit is
Fruit? Oh.
playing with danger, or playing with
Thing with
fire.
danger, they
Oh,
actually get forced. Okay,
Oh,
so they end
Jimmy-
up working in the
okay.
end.
Okay, someone called that Quacks was bottom right, and then Jimmy was afraid of it being immediate. even
Caps
though
is
it
getting
wasn't
walked at by
enforced.
the entire combo, though. They got to be careful, but they're actually going to lose players trying to get Caps, and Quacks
Quacks
is still
is blocking.
behind. And he's going to get Jimmy. He might
He
get
was
Danny.
called okay, yeah, he finally gets this man. He was called, and that's why
Oh,
Jimmy
Bearman
caught
is
him in
gonna
the
get
first
Logan.
place. Yeah, so
Bearman's actually threatening behind.
Still
Bot mode
angry.
is going to spot him, and Bot mode, they didn't get second, which is a little scary because Freyo, they had to respect the back cap, but now they can go.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy. They called that Quacks was bottom right. Jimmy was afraid that he was mid bomb and pops because he's like 40 HP. And then the Quack stays alive the entire time. They know he's there. Successfully blocks two. Successfully gets the medic. That play and a half from him, but also Froyotech a bit split on what their attention should be at.
Yeah,
Gonna
I
be
think
down
they
Eric
tried to go
this,
for a
and
play, unable to get too much. Donovan's going to try to go behind, and that
no
one did not
second
work
jump.
out.
And Banny's just left alone. He surfs indoors, so he's okay for now. Never
Oh,
mind.
no, not
Died.
okay, bro. Oh, this is...
They're crumbling.
This might be it. They're just doing the chain feed, and they're going to have to retreat back to last, and they still have Uber to set, so they're still capping mid. This is a spawn cap.
Luckily for them, it is
Donovan
Metalworks
didn't even
last.
know!
Yeah, luckily for them, it is Metalworks last, so it's going to be a long, long walk for them, and they are going to be able to buy time for their Uber without even having to do anything special. They are able to get their Uber in time. No engineer, no heavy, no nothing. They're getting ready for potential sack. They know it should be coming soon. They don't have time to really build a gun.
I think
and,
they might
they're
just
already
go.
broken. I mean, it's
Okay, they looked like they were thinking about it, but...
Donovan swapping to heavy.
Okay.
He was on the wrong loadout. He's like, screw this, I'm going back.
Bombard's in
They're
lower,
already
gonna
in.
see if he can get a kill. Bombard is gonna fall.
If they won.
They're actually sending a lot of people in. Logan might be plus two if they're not careful, but that was almost a 4-man. They're gonna turn it into a 3-man with Logan getting out, and Witness Gaming, the 3-man, unable to get anything, so they're gonna... I mean, Froyotech did win doing this exact thing, so...
Yeah,
who
we've
knows?
seen this go wrong before, but it's all about the execution. The Caps is immediately taking a lot of damage. It's gonna be pretty rough for him. Surfing back.
They get
Kill the
Mirror Man.
Man. That's something.
If
Gotta
they
be
can-
careful.
they
Bot mode
lived.
lower. On to Eric. Both are gonna live. They get a little cap time. The spam is still there, and they back up. Yeah, they only want to be able to push that if they know that it can be pretty much scot-free. And one thing going awry, especially with Mirror Man, already had to be disastrous, and their attempt to sort of use the respawners have arrived inside of Witness.
Hubada was thinking about walking into that trap, but someone probably screamed and mumbled that trap.
Just for the memes.
Yeah,
For the
just
memes.
from the memes, you know.
Yeah, once again, they know Jimmy's a salon player. They're just in. It's like,
Yeah,
if he's
they're
not
in,
gonna- if Jimmy's not gonna heal
Someone's
door
behind.
holders, then
Mirrorman's
we're just gonna
behind.
walk in and kill the door holders. He does get the
They're
force
gonna get the
though.
force.
Really good play from Mirrorman. He's actually surviving as well. So this Uber's not really be able to get too much. At the end of the day, both teams lost a scout. They already killed Mirrorman, but everyone's red HP except for a handful of players from the side of Witness Gaming. So Froyotech in a pretty good spot. They're down one player. I guess Mirrorman's gonna spawn for a last defense here. Banny is trapping the flank for anyone going behind as the rest of the team is poised over by the point side. Probably waiting for the Mirrorman to respawn before they go ahead and begin. So they're really positioned for this move from Fruit and Logan. Immediately thwarted. There's now 3 people over on the flank, and nothing will quite happen from the side of Witness Gaming. They get the kill on the Eric with something. They're still trying to make some moves. Fruit still found a way behind. The Uber will come out. They're chasing him in the valley area. Bot mode and Hubba running away, able to get the kill in Mirror. Logan's gonna
Fruit's
win
behind
again.
still.
Oh no, they got the cap though, so they can't actually win straight up the round. But
They have to deal with multiple players behind. Oh my
This
god.
is rough.
Fruit rocket.
The execution from Froyotech. They had 3 people over on the flank. That
Banny
might be a
next
bit of an
rocket.
excess.
Or pipe.
Yeah, I'm gonna die there. It's just Eric. I mean, The beginning positioning, keeping Banny on the flank while Mirror Man's at last because he's respawning, having everyone else go through the point side, I think that's totally fine. The tail end of that, why are 3 people on the flank? You don't need 3 people there, especially if one of them the demo man. I think the tail end of that made their post really, really bad, and they were unable to.
It's
really
infinite
frags they
overtime
needed.
now, so I'm not that they were at the correct number to get the win anyway. But now, Froyotech need 2 more. Witness Gaming just needs this one. They have full Uber ad pushing them, but it works last to do it. We'll have to see if they actually can get this last push. They actually chose the correct door, so no Pyro, but they're going to have to use immediately onto bot mode, getting kind of nuked by Donovan. Donovan manages to live. They're going to drop Logan too. And the Pyro on the gun, this last push might be over before it begins.
Yeah, it is over before it begins, really. They have no position
They might play the
whatsoever.
post, though. Looks like
So
they
they're
want to
running
play
in,
the post.
Trying to get it Caps. Caps is alive
Quax
for
is in
now.
spawn, and Quax is actually making people look behind it.
He
They
wants
could
an
play this
arrow.
if they want. Bobo's
They
burning.
need the
Bobo's
angle.
burning.
Same could be said for the rest of the team. Metaphorically, just on fire right now.
Quax
but,
going into Banny.
I don't think it's gonna
They
be
get
enough.
Banny. Caps
They're
is
fighting a war of attrition right now.
Caps
This
is
look
leaving
like
the wrong
he's
door.
Too hot. Yeah, he's still alive
Wait.
for now though. He got a pipe onto Habib, I think, so they're kind of
Caps
around.
is just
Once again.
Caps has no fear.
I've said it before, beware of the scout main pipes. It is
Yeah.
very, very scary. He's alive. He's playing a little on the reckless side, but it is working out in his favor. Bot mode tries to go for a flank.
Habib's eating some pipes, and Habib, they're delaying this a pretty decent amount. Quax is going in. They're trying to get the force. They're gonna get. Bobo is gonna fall, but they're gonna get Donovan, and they might actually have Eric. They might be leaving Eric out there drive. They're not careful. Logan's behind him. Logan might just go to last.
Yeah, he is looping around, causing some trouble. They get the force out because of all the confusion. They had
Logan
both
almost
scouts.
lives.
Both scout turned for Logan.
He lived!
Oh my god. Both scouts turned for Logan initially, so there was tons and tons of space made for the side of Witness Gaming to actually get this force out of Jimmy. So now they are uberless. They are down Bannies also, there's no traps. It's only soldiers on the field to be able to really do anything, and Dom is not quite in position yet, so it's going to be Mirror Man with the play. Committing on a Hubba, 1 rocket. 3rd rocket hits, not quite enough to tank though. It's going to be
Fruit
Fruit
lived
that
with
takes
2
the brunt
as
of the
well.
damage. 2 HP, bot mode, very deep, pressuring Eric outward. Down, takes the pack. Logan tries to take the fight 1v1, will not eventually commit for it. Is back to last for the side of Froyotech, Ubering in, finding an opportunity to go for some sort of play, get the kill on Eric,
Quax!
but not quite more.
Quax!
Finally
Oh,
going
he gets
forward,
air
the trade with
shot!
Quack. Able to get some frags in their direction. Fight
Bot mode.
across
They
the
gotta.
bridge.
They're gonna lose bot mode. Habib's trying to go in, but they're so hurt. They just need the kills. Donovan's in a corner with 8. They're gonna fall. It just
3v2.
Mirror and Jimmy left alive. They're gonna
Respawn
just
in
get
3.
the Uber, but Logan's on the point. They have to turn back for him.
This saw from Jimmy was so clutch. Solemn Vow is in the play all the time. Is that Uber is going to definitely save them here.
It's a nail biter, and Witness Gaming, they look like Froya is down a player if they want to try to do something. They're just gonna get this Uber. They have 3 minutes 30 seconds left in this round, so they can afford to settle things down if they want. Try to take this, try to get some sort of advantage. Froyotech is gonna have the Pyro and the Sentry. They do have 40% ad to work with. They've been choosing the correct door so far, and Eric's actually adjusting for it. They're gonna say, okay, we're gonna go, main door this time. And they're going to be walking right into
Oh,
a
he
Pyro.
sees the timing too, yeah. And Jimmy's actually really aggressive, so this is going to pay off in dividends because the Pyro's actually very much healed. We'll detonator back
Quax
up
is
to
waddling
good
at the
position,
last,
and
though. Quax is waddling into it. They have no idea.
They get the kill on a Mirror Man as well. So overall, it's only a 4 trade.
Oh, but
Danny
Bobo
drops down. Will it die? They're getting the cap time. What started so good from the side of Froyotech.
They get
not
it.
enough. That's a GG. 5-3 in Witness Gaming's favor. They take the BO3. They snatch the first seed. And will move on into the upper bracket as seed number 1, while Froyotech will move on to the upper bracket as seed number 2.
That was a nail biter. If I were Witness Gaming, Froyo's going to give you a fighting in whenever you meet in playoffs. That was a little too close for comfort at times, but they got the dub in the end and got, most importantly, the number 1 overall seed.
They definitely made the necessary adjustments overall compared to last week. It feels like I am watching a whole nother team. And it makes sense in a way because the addition of bot mode is probably such a central piece to their team, I would imagine. Like how even though he's a last minute, substitute in, how can he not be, right? It's bot mode of all players. So it definitely kind of makes sense. You see over time, you start to see gradual or very quickly a large amount of change to a team just in the little thing.
Logan
was,
sent me interview, ?
We could do one.
I am hearing
send him
yes.
Yeah, send the info. We do.
Do we have new info? It's like the same info as last time, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same info.
It should be the same.
It should
but,
be.
Let me hand it to him. The thing is, I would imagine that.
Let me link them the info.
Every now and then someone gets a new PC and they don't have the
Yeah,
info saved.
I've done that.
That's how it goes. I had memo problems too.
Yeah, I
but I got my new
just
PC.
got a. Can you send it again?
Yeah, you gotta. Yep. PC. You gotta make sure that when you get a new PC, you copy your certificate. Otherwise, you have to get all your mumble information all over again.
Hope somebody has it. Let me link it to Logan.
He's in here now.
Yeah, technical difficulty. Yeah, fortunately, they're faster than I am.
Still deafened though. You can take a look at the logs here. Anything immediately catch your eye?
Anything catch my eye? Let's see. I have an ad, so I cannot see the log.
Oh, unfortunate.
Well, I think the first thing I immediately see is somehow Caps almost got 400 DPM on Metalworks.
Somehow.
This is, like, well, I say that because it seems like it doesn't matter what the map is. Usually for Domen, it's like,
I think
there's maps where you can go like 400 DPM. There's other maps where it's like, I did my job. I did good. But like, he's doing it consistently.
I think Cap's got 100 DPM alone, just on like shooting the shutter on last. Between last and second, I think he just literally on that shutter alone he got 100 DPM.
That's fair.
Oh, they're asking for password. I'm doing a little bit of trolling.
A little bit of trolling.
Just
They're
a
coming slow. They're coming slowly but surely.
Is there even? Yeah.
But honestly, when you take a look at the logs, there's not that. I mean, the only disparities I think realistically is there's some small discrepancies when it comes to damage, but it's not even in one direction really. So it's not anything to notice. It's just down to I think it's overall the cohesion thing. Like, I think we talked about it a little bit. Like we're having little lulls and stalemates that there. I seemed like all the way back to I don't even know how far back. It was definitely prevalent in the side of product at least. Where Froyotech wasn't necessarily on. It didn't seem like they were on the same page, but that definitely not going to show in the logs. So I think it kind of makes sense that it wasn't a roll, so you don't see logs that are extremely one-sided. I think it's pretty standard. We do have some of the Witness Gaming players in here though. After that, BO3. Hello, congratulations on your victory. Your BO3.
Congrats on the dub.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Can we talk a little bit about the pick bans and the deja vu about it? Very, very similar, exactly the same to the tail end of things.
In what way do you mean?
We cooked.
Is it fair to say that you just like were comfortable with what you were familiar with, and like you just run it back on everything, or the bans were the same, the picks were the same, everything was the same till the final?
Yeah,
the third
I think
map.
there's definitely an aura of confidence. Even like it's just all throughout. It's like unwavering. Like even when we're down like rounds on a map, it's like, this is still winnable. So that kind of confidence just goes throughout the entire series. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. We kind of just played the maps we reviewed. We got better, and we go again. And all speak for themselves. So, although on product it was a little bit derpy, but that's sniper's terrible, annoying.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just permanently keep losing to the Froyo sniper. That's just how it is. One day. One day.
I say the biggest difference is probably the Sunshine transformation. I mean, you're obviously not going to reveal everything in case you potentially play it again, but are there any tidbits of like, obviously that was a map review, right?
Last match, we just got literally mids lasted 5 times in a row, so that was like, you gotta be able to play the map first. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like, I mean, you could like think about going into the series kind of like, we got 5 on a Sunshine last time, there's no hope on it. But it's kind of like, it's just about the feeling of it. Like, we're comfortable on it. We worked on like, the mids. We got mid lasted, I think the last time. Is that what it was? Just like 5 times.
5 times in a row.
I think, I think you won the first mid, and then afterwards it was kind of downhill.
All downhill from there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that is definitely something that we took a look at. It didn't feel like the map was like a lost cause. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the maps feel like, oh my god, there's so much, but not Sunshine. And so I think it showed, which was pretty cool to see.
Mm-hmm. Product was definitely a close one. I think you already mentioned the sniper was really rough to deal with. Was that a map that you like? Were you able to put a lot of time into it, considering that Sunshine was such a big focus on turning it around, or did you kind of just have to be like, oh, it was close enough at least last time, we'll just run it back?
No, honestly, that is kind of something that we didn't devote as much time to product. Going into it, we knew that they would just have the sniper like for half the game. But definitely something that I kind of wanted to. We couldn't find the time, but there was a bit of a game plan going into it, but execution was a little off. It was still competitive, and that when I said earlier, like, when we're down rounds, it's like it still feels winnable, even like towards the end. But fortunately, didn't work out. Still a good effort, we thought, you know.
It's still a close game.
Question for Caps: how was as a long-time scout man playing demo? How has the demo experience been so far compared to like the scout experience playing an invite?
This class has no limits, dude. This is crazy, bro. Like you can do like so much damage from across the map. It's like crazy, but it's pretty similar to combo scout. That's why I kind of like that might sound weird to a lot of people, but like in terms of like the flow of the game, like the combo scout and the demo are like next to each other like the whole game, you know. So it's kind of like I fit into the role like comfortable, I feel like. But no, the class is crazy, dude. It's fun. It's fun.
I was kind of curious if the addition of bot mode has changed the calling dynamic of the team too much, because obviously it's only a singular member of the combo, but sometimes all it takes is a singular player to kind of like change things up. I was kind of curious who's taking the reins currently as the shot caller.
I think it's kind of like half, like between split in half, like obviously, you know, everyone contributes but for the most part, I think it's like me and bot mode, like kind of just 50-50, pretty much, I think.
Okay. So for Metalworks, obviously map 3s are always kind of sketchy because it wasn't something that you were like totally confident on, but also not something you were that worried about banning. So it's kind of this weird middle ground for both the teams. Was this something that you had any previous like knowledge or experience on, whether it be your own scrims or maybe playing them before in scrims or anything like that, to know that like what to expect as this map comes in as a third one? Or are you kind of blind?
Honestly, going into map 3, I was like kind of excited because it's like, oh, it's cool. It's always cool to just play with close series, you know. It's always just kind of fun and competitive and whatever. But going into product, I knew that it was gonna be like, this is like win or lose, you know what I mean? This is kind of, but a Metalworks is kind of like, yeah, I think this is kind of in the bag. We're comfortable on the map, and it feels like they're probably not that strong on it. So it's just like, going into like the confidence, dude, was all-time peak, you know what I mean? The confidence was peaking, you know what I mean? Game plan felt strong, and it's like, yeah, we'll probably win this. that's kind of how I felt like, to be honest.
You guys didn't think about any MVPs? I'm sorry, you go.
Yeah, so what I was saying was, we just kept taking super good exchanges, and we kept finding good kills in exchanges, mainly Banny, and sometimes like a soldier or a scout, and then we just kind of and we just stabilized, and we took like a good fight, and that ended up working out really well for us, because towards the end we kept finding ourselves with ad, then we'd use, they would stabilize, we'd have even Ubers, we'd go in exchange, and we get good picks, go to their last. So it was pretty back and forth, but we finally ended up getting on our last and winning. It took a few, but we got it locked down at the end.
Were there any like moments that were kind of like aha eureka moments where it just kind of clicked as like, oh, they're doing this, we just do this and we win? Or were there any like big ones like that, or was it just much like running it back, tiny little shifts here and there? Anything like that?
We knew what to expect going in. It kind of went how we thought it would, to be honest. Product was the only thing. It's like, oh, how well can we, not get rolled by the sniper? But the other maps was like, yeah, that looks about right, to be honest.
If you guys had to get any MVPs, who would your MVPs be for your team?
My scouts were beautiful, and also Quacks. Quacks is the goat. He puts himself down a lot. And it pisses me. Honestly, my whole team, dude. I don't even care about like, it was a team effort, dude. You know what I mean? My MVP is Quacks. That's my MVP.
Thank you, Caps.
Yeah.
Any MVPs from either of you?
Probably give it to Hubida. It's nice. He's a good solid medic. I really enjoy playing with him, especially like playing with so many medics. Like he's just a nice fit.
We love Hubida.
We do love Hubida.
What about you, Quack?
It's not dependent. I feel like all night our scouts were owning. I saw bot mode constantly walking and two-shotting everyone. I saw Logan. I thought he was going for like something super greedy, and then he would walk in and just kill everyone, and I just like was speechless because that should never work, and then he just murders everyone because he's goated. Some maps fruit on product. Even though we lost it, Fruit was constantly giving really good calls. Super good direction. I was kind of sharding on product. The sniper, like I said, annoying. But Fruit was really consistent during the whole night. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. Shout out everyone on the team. It's great.
Got any other questions, Space?
Yeah, I did ask Caps how the demo life is going, so now I gotta ask Logan, how's the scout life going?
Well, initially, I started on combo, so that was like a easier transition, but obviously harder calling wise. But switched to flank, a little bit of a learning curve, but now since it's like towards the end of the season, I've definitely found my flow and understand like my roles. So it's fun. I like scout.
Like Scout 2 is a little more free. You get to have fun.
I get to have freedom to just walk at people instead of getting walked at on demo. So.
It's okay, bomb mode still does that too on combo.
Yeah.
Oh, so you noticed. Nice.
All right, well, it was a really good match tonight. Can't wait to see a potential rematch coming in later on in the bracket.
Yeah, we're not satisfied with this, but sorry to interrupt. We're not satisfied with this. We're still coming for that dub. Let's make it clear. Let's make it clear.
Still more BO3s to win.
Yeah.
So excited to see that. You get a little break though, at least while you wait for seeds 3 through 6 to go ahead and play there. What, like 2 weeks, I think. That's probably is to secure their seeds. So you got time to do whatever you need to do before the playoffs bracket actually runs through. But I think that's probably it for questions and stuff. Trying to go over to the shout out phase. Any final thoughts before we go ahead and close up the stream, starting with Cap?
Shout out to my team. And shout out to Quacks.
Thank you.
Shout out to my team. Very happy with how we played, and I think we're building that synergy. I like it. Also, shout out to all the G6 bros. I know you guys are out there watching, supporting us. I love that.
Shout out my team. A little bit derpy, but you guys are helping me learn, and it's really great to play with you guys, so thank you. Shout out to my friend. Shout out to Ismiddle. Shout out Hubba, Goat Medic, Peyton Plays. Shout out my parents. Shout out my mom. Shout out Froyo. Thanks for the great match.
What about you, Space?
Shout out to both teams playing good game. Shout out to everyone in chat watching. Shout out to Skis dropping some bangers in chat all night. Love to see it. And yeah.
All right, well, there are still definitely more BO3s to be played. We're done with Group A and Group B, and now we go over to the middle group. So seeds 3 through 6 will fight for the lives to stay in upper bracket or to get out of lower. So it definitely will be a treat to watch. Still BO3s, still teams that are pretty much adjacent in skill level for the most part. So the train keeps rolling. We've exited, the era of seeds 1 through 8 for now, and there's definitely a lot of content to be happening in the next 2 or so weeks before the playoffs actually begins and teams will start to get eliminated. So definitely don't want to miss it, and we'll begin underway probably relatively soon. The train keeps rolling, like I said, but there's a lot of action tonight. It is late, and that is all we have for you. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you next time. Whenever the matches get scheduled, they're still pending, so you have to keep your eyes open. But you definitely don't want to miss it because it will be a treat to watch. I've been Jarrett, casting my Space Ghost with Dolphin on production. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.